right. Welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Castles Calamities, or Tales of Tellos, the Steam Age. I'm your humble dungeon master, DM Order, and I'm joined by these awesome individuals who are mostly the heroes of the campaign with the Crimson Peacekeepers. Plus one guest, minus one hero. Lance is running a little late. We'll get him in shortly for it. But if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. We're excited to have you for session 88, double eights. It's a fun number for me. If this is your return viewer, welcome again. Excited to have you on this wonderful journey for it. If you're curious about any of our previous episodes, they are on our YouTube channel, Castles and Calamities. Check it out. It's a great time for it. You're in for a treat. We are in the middle of the Giant Wars right now. The war, or wars, I should say, with regards to the giants to have declared upon all the mortal races of civilizations, as they feel threatened that the different mortal races are getting too powerful, too out of control, and will start encroaching on their skies and such for it. So they've declared war. The first 2 hours already of the war, 13% of the population has been wiped out on one side of the continent. It's about 1 week. We haven't yet figured out how much the death toll has been for the rest of the combats and such. But right now, our heroes, leading into the recap, have been defending the town of Beit Mia, a critical strategic town that has a rift into the water dominion that allows for fresh water to be siphoned or to come out in a waterfall sort of fashion for it. This town is important because of that natural resource to be able to help, water a lot of the different parts of this region and beyond with the water bottles and such, but also for its strategic location in connecting the different three parts of Nonabel for it. It connects the capital and the eastern parts of it, as well as to the northwest part, all the way to Tafa and beyond, as well as the city of Thyre down to the south. So it is a strategic location town that the giants are attacking, and our heroes have been summoned to help defend with regards to it. Also, a fun fact for those who actually looked at the map and had been studying it, there's a little town all the way in the north right called Notzeric. We'll see if that town has existed after all the giant wars have concluded for it. But the giant wars are the giants are attacking the town of Beit Mia. Our heroes have been summoned, and they have a individual who has offered his assistance to help with regards to things. One librarian called Damien Wall, who is also an abjuration wizard and has offered his powers to help defend the town after his beloved was eaten and devoured by the giants. We're right now in the middle of the battle. Let's see how it concludes and see what our characters are feeling and thinking as the battle rages on. If everyone would like to please roll me a d20, let's get session 88 started and see how things go. Alice with an 18. Awesome. Got really excited for that. Rollies for Zanny and Chance. Damien with a 10. 7. Erlon rolled a 15. Great. So yeah, Chance and Zanny, if you'd kindly re-roll. Zanny with 17. There we go. Perfect. So we're gonna go for Alice first, Erlon second, Damien third, Zanny fourth, Chance fifth, and Lance last when he comes in. With regards to so Alice, tell us what is Alice feeling and thinking as the battles are raging on? You are protected right now, currently inside of your dome with the filmers at the moment. Let me get you to there. We're now on the map. You are currently right here with the wall, currently about to be attacked by giants. But what is Alice feeling, thinking?
Um, Alice is mostly thinking that mortar is really loud and she can't wait for this to be over so she no longer has tinnitus in her ears.
Mm-hmm.
She's also really not terribly concerned with the giants because the only ones that are close to attacking her are currently charmed by her. So she's more worried. She's keeping a focus on these three over here, just worried that no one is paying enough attention to this section that something might happen to the wall. She's also pissed about the reporters. She does not like that they are here. She thinks that they're a liability and also in the way.
Hey, they
So,
are filming your courageous defense of the town. So
yes.
movie stars in the making, all of y'all.
This is not how Alice wanted to become a movie star. She wants to be a movie star, not like a realistic historical actor, right?
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's go to Erlon. Erlon, what Erlon thinking? You just killed a giant and did the two sign, and then Zanny did the six sign as the mortar went off the previous turn. You right now are engaging in one of the stone giants. Any other or any thoughts or feelings for Erlon?
Kind of hurting.
Kind of hurting.
So yeah, he's in pain. Um, but it's fine. Really just hopeful that the journalists that he's happy they're there.
Yeah.
Caught like everything that he's done so far.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. And Damien, what is Damien thinking? Your wall of force was critical in funneling a lot of the giantkin into an area that got bombarded by the mortar, and you just summoned a wall of fire in a circular pattern to start burning a lot more of the giants, forcing them, a couple of them, to move away. Any current thoughts for Damien?
Oh, right now he's terrified and trying to figure out how to deal with the fact that he was just cursed with blindness.
Yep.
He sees that they're starting to move through the hallucinatory terrain, and as he sees that, his fear for the city is growing, as well as his hatred for the giants itself.
Awesome. And yeah, you that is a good thing to note. You guys did get a few of you got blasted by the prismatic spray from the rock speaker. So some of you are blind and or frightened. So great. Let's go to Zanny. Zanny, you are currently frightened. You just heard that they have reloaded. Next turn, you will be able to, or at this, in your next turn, you'll be able to use your bonus action to redirect where the next mortar goes. What is Zanny feeling though after getting hit with that prismatic spray?
She's just trying to stay focused in it. Like that hurt. And with the fear running through her, it's not helping. It's like she's trying to just focus on the job to do right now.
Okay, awesome. And Chance, you also have been hit. Were hit by the prismatic spray and are frightened. Any other thoughts or feelings coming from Chance about the battle?
She's just busy.
Busy. Okay,
Yeah, just trying to. Yeah, there's too much to do and trying to decide what to do.
gotcha. And on that note, let's then get officially started. It is now the Stone Giant's turn. The Stone Giant is going to see who it's going to attack. It is has potentially three targets. Let me roll a d3 and see who it's going to target. On a 1, it's going to target Erlon. On a 2, it's going to go after Chance. And on a 3, it's going to go after Zanny. It's going to go after you, Erlon. So Stone Giant pulls up his great club and he's going to smack twice. Number 1 and number 2. 19 to hit, I believe hits. Doing 16 reduced is 13 damage. That's the first one against you. And then the second one is a 25 to hit, doing 21 damage. Reduced is 12. Did did your hit
Did
points
you
go
see
down?
16 reduced to 13?
26 reduced to 13.
26. Okay, I thought you said 16 reduced to 13. I'm
No,
like,
no, no, no.
what in the hell half is that?
No, no, no. So yeah,
um,
13 damage
so
on the first hit,
13.
12 damage on the second total.
Okay, so I'm knocked out.
No, you're not because you had Death Ward.
Oh,
Cast.
Dad,
So
have
your
Death Ward.
Death
That's
Ward
right. I forgot Death
goes
Ward.
off. You are at 1 hit point right now.
Oh,
So, but everyone does feel that tremor as your Death Ward goes off. Cast by the good doctor. All right. That is the Stone Giant's turn. Chance, you are up.
Okay. Gonna give a quick mental thing to Zanny. Do you want to get him, or do I because I can also stop those ones that are at the wall.
6 seconds. Zanny, what do you say?
I'll get the ones at the wall. You get him. I don't have enough to get him going.
All right, Kance, what you doing?
Okay then. I guess I will. Well, I won't do what I wanted to do, but because I can't move forward, fuck. I will just do a. Where is it? We'll do a mass healing word for 10. But everybody gets 10. Woo.
So everyone gets 10 hit points. Every little bit helps.
I was hoping that I could do better than that.
Yep.
But since I can't walk forward, guess I'm just staying where I am.
Mm-hmm. And the condition lasts until the end of the giant's next turn. So you're stuck there for a while. All right. Let's go to Zanny. You are also frightened, but you do hear them shout it's ready. So you can start ordering for the mortar. What you doing?
Just doing a quick measurement here because I need to know at what point do I need to. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get all of them. So I'll have to. Since I can't get that boy, we're going to bonus action. We're gonna drop the mortar in front of this guy. See if we can get him to come up and have it land on him.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Actually, let's go. Let's get this way and try to get like maximum coverage. Like he's got to choose wall of fire or getting blown up, basically.
Yeah, and mind you, he does not see where the bomb is. That is for you. I'm ignoring that from his perspective for it. So, cool.
So that's gonna be a bonus action, and then I am frightened, so I cannot get closer.
Mm-hmm. Great. I will say before that, just to FYI, you know that your character would know those two, like the hill giant and the giantkin, may be moving on their turn. So are you sure you want to put that there specifically?
It's not so much for them as it is for this guy, because this
Gotcha.
guy is going to cause a lot of problems. And if,
Yeah, because he can do that prismatic spray turn after turn.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Don't want to pull past one.
I'm feeling like this is a situation where we're gonna have to deal with possibly most of the rest of this ourselves, and unless we're willing to take about 2 or 3 more of those.
Yep. All right. Awesome. You did that. Wait, what was your action? Forgive me. I think
so. That's just bonus. I was
Okay,
measuring out how far I could get over here to get these genteel fellows. We're gonna try something here. I can't go too far, so I'm gonna go just this far to it keeps me in range of pretty much everybody. And for my action, we're gonna take shots at this dude, the little guy next to the ogre.
The little guy
next to the giant. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Ping me one more time. I was looking away from the screen for a moment. Ping. There. Gotcha.
This fellow that's next to the giant.
The hill giant. Wall. Okay, great. The hill giant is prone. The giantkin is not. So feel free to take your shots.
All right. So first shot with Dreammaker.
These with sharpshooter.
For this fella, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sharpshooter this first one.
Perfect. All right, go ahead.
It's a 21 to hit.
1 hits. Roll damage.
So it'll be 31.
31. Nice. Second shot.
And if he's still standing, we're going for another round on the same guy.
All right, go ahead.
Don't you get plus 10 on sharpshooter?
Yeah, that's 21 plus 10. because he doesn't have
Yeah.
sneak with this one. So that's a 31. 14 minus 5 is a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. Well, we'll launch our last shot at this little fella, and I'm hoping that it puts him down.
Yeah, let's see. That definitely hits. Roll damage.
That is
8.
28.
Yeah, unfortunately, 8 hit points left. He went from full to 8.
Oh my god. Okay, well. Then that's my turn. Cool.
Yep, you just 2 holes. He's bleeding, hemorrhaging. He's like barely standing, but you put 2 big holes in him. Awesome. All right, time for Lance. Lance is, I'm going to be autopiloting him. Let me see what Lance could possibly do in this situation. Let me check range really quickly. 1 second. He was successful when he did last time, so 60. Okay. He's not going to be able to reach that. Okay. Yeah. Lance is going to run over here, and he's going to cast Banishment at 5th level at the Hill Giant and the Stone Giant to try to banish them away at the moment. So let's go with his Banishment spell at 5th level. I'm not going to use his 6th level. I'm just going to use his 5th. So, Banishment. Normal roll. His is a DC 19. Let's roll for the Hill Giant first. Charisma, there's no way he can save. Stone Giant, no way that Stone Giant can save. Yeah, with an 8 and a 2, these 2 are banished. And Lance is now concentrating. So you remove 2 of the giants off of the plate, so that way you guys only have 2 giants now to focus in on, as well as the giant kin. All right, for at least a minute, let me mark the banishment. All right. And the skellies are gonna fire. Let's go with the skeletons at the top. Pull up my screens. There we go. All right, Nima is gonna go first. She's gonna aim at the this one over there, the very end. 1 shot. 24 hits, doing 8 damage, and the rest are gonna do a volley. That's gonna be 5 short bow plus 1 shots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's see. Miss, hit, miss, miss, miss. Only 1 hits. Doing 9 damage. All right. The ghouls. This one's going to go over here. Let me pull up the ghoul stats. See. There we go. All right. Attack number 1, which is going to be claw attack. 23 hits, doing 7 damage. Let's make a con save. Success. The other one's gonna also attack. Wait, that one also had advantage. Let me re-roll that just to make sure. No, that's fine. All right, re-roll that to see with advantage if it's a crit. It is a crit. Excellent. So 6 plus 8 is 14. And must make a con save. 17. It's still not quite frozen. But those are the 2 ghouls' turns. And that is Lance turns. All right, Damien, you are up. You are blind currently, but I think you have a workaround for it.
Yeah, and it's a con save at the end of the turn?
Oh no, you are just blind until the end of the giant's next turn.
Oh, until the end of the giant's next turn.
Yep. What's Damien doing?
I'm thinking for a sec. I guess. Let's think for a second. Okay, yeah. So he's going to use his action to see through the eyes of his crow familiar.
Great. Is that an action or is that just an ability you can do?
Originally, I thought it was ability, but I read it more carefully, and it says, additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn.
Okay. Let me
Yeah.
just see something really quickly. Yeah, as an action. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was gonna be like as a free action, not as an action. All right.
Yeah, if it was a free action, Damien could do cool stuff, but unfortunately, I
Yeah,
could
that is-
dispel the blindness, but if it's going to go away anyways in a turn, there's no point in wasting spells.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So as an action, you focus in on through the eyes of your familiar, and what are you? Anything else you're doing?
Yeah, so he sees through the familiar, and as the fear builds up in him, his courage wanes a moment, and he runs back to the wall, and then misty steps to the top of the wall.
Okay. So question: are you running on the water, like acting like you are using magic, or are you just ignoring that and just running?
Yeah, he's pretending to cast a spell. He even says a somatic, and
Okay. Great. Roll me a deception check with advantage. Okay, we'll start to see how things fare for some of the other giant kin that saw you. Let me grab up some physical dice and roll. Okay, we'll start to see what happens on the next turn, if anything. So, awesome. All right. Damien, you're back on the wall, safe and sound. Let's go to Alice. What's
Hello.
Alice doing?
So I'm allowed to move my square 10 feet. It doesn't say anything like as an action, it's just as long as it's active I can move it at least 10 feet and
Okay.
re-roll. So I want to put it right here.
All right. Let me give you control of this token so that way you can do it for the future. Awesome. You should be able to control it now.
Thank you, good sir. Ooh, I can't reach him.
Yeah, I wouldn't reach them. Not this turn.
But alright, well I'll just chase him down with it. It's fine.
You're chasing them down. Hey, it doesn't cost you anything. So
Exactly. And then I am going to push and pull. It says 60 feet. That means it only travels 60 feet, or does it travel until it stops?
what do you mean? Like it's 60 feet. So if someone's like 55 feet away from you and you do it, it'll move them 5 feet essentially.
Yeah, but like if I, scientific railguard these bad boys and toss like a coin at them at supersonic speed, is it only gonna go 60 feet, or can I hit them far away with it if I'm casting push on a coin?
I would say it's still going to be the 60 feet, and it'll then taper off because it's kind of like the catapult spell.
Okay. All right, respectfully, I'm gonna do it to this guy.
All right. So you're gonna do push and pull or Eldritch Blast?
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna pull out a coin out of my pocket, just because I got pocket coins. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick my hand out and I'm gonna like flick it up in the air like I'm, tossing a coin, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast push on it at this guy.
All right. Roll damage because it's automatic. You're pushing the coin and it's gonna impact the giantkin.
So this is a first level spell. It increases 2d6 per level.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast it at 4th level. So it's 3d6, 5d6, 7d6,
Yep.
9d6.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I got there. Sorry, I had to do the math. D6. 22.
Yeah. So even if he saves, I said before he has 8 hit points. So it hits him and it basically like a gunshot.
Just right between the eyes.
Yep. the coin just impacts and blows a hole through his eyes, through in between his eyes, and he is dead.
Consider that a donation, darling. Take it with you to the afterlife. Perhaps you can pay your passage over there.
Damn.
Does that spell actually push the target backwards?
It does.
Yeah, and let me see how much.
30 feet.
Well, it's
Wait.
going to the rest of it, so you just fall 5 feet back, and plop into the moat.
Zanny looks right up at Alice and just goes, "Oh, thank you, sweetheart." That one explodes now.
Oh.
The 5 foot pushes in range, corpse explosion. That guy blows up.
Oh, are you doing the? Hold on.
I'm gonna use my other spell slot. That's what I was hoping to do whenever I shot him.
Okay. Wait, so you had to wait until he was 5 feet farther, or?
Yeah, it has a range of 10 feet. If I'd have blown him
Oh, I
up,
see
it
what
would
you're
have done
saying.
nothing. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I see what. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
So, as she just puts a hole through his head and it just goes flying back, Danny's like, "Oh, thank you, sweetie," and just snaps her fingers and that thing just burbles, bubbles, and explodes in acid all over the other guy.
I love it. All right, let me grab the Goliath and roll a con save. Wait, is it con or dex?
It is
Dex.
a DC 20 dex.
That's a natural 1. So yeah, he takes the full 17 plus 14, 31 points of damage. As his friend explodes in the moat and the splash of acid onto this giantkin. So, awesome. I was wondering what was like. I was like, wait, what's cool? But yeah, cool, very cool.
Just barely pushed him in range. Thank you very much.
Yep. All right, there you go. Alice, anything else you're doing for bonus action or anything?
Hanging out. Oh! I'm a bard. I don't even know which of my stories I have right now, so completely irrelevant, whatever. I'm gonna bardic inspire Damien.
All right, what do you say to Damien? You're on mute.
I muted myself. Her hands reach out from the bubble and she grabs him by like his lapels and turns him around to face the like front of the wall. Pull yourself together, man.
Damien like smacks himself. You're right. Now is not the time for fear.
There you go. Awesome. All right. With that said, it is now and by the way, Damien, you now have a D8 for Bardic Inspiration. Hill Giant's turns. This Hill Giant is going to go forward 30 feet. And let me roll his insight check on Damien's Splish Splash. That's a 2. So yeah, this Hill Giant gets right here, falls prone, and dashes 5, 10, 15, crawling, thinking he's swimming through the hallucinatory terrain. So, awesome. All right. Let's go to the giant, because he's the only last hill giant. Let's go to the giantkin. This one is no longer within the scent, so he is no longer charmed. He is going to throw a grappling hook and climb up and then go forward and jump down. You see him, he is possibly about to start targeting the artillerists on his next turn. These two are going to go 5, throw up their grappling hooks, climb up, 5, up, and move 5 feet, 10 feet, because they have to use their the action to throw the grappling hook and climb up it for it. This one's going to go 5, 10, 15, stand up, action to throw the grappling hook, and then he's going to start climbing. Well, no. He's not going to throw it directly at the skellies. He's going to try to go after Lance and just go action dash and get closer with ill intent to start attacking the wizard and for it. All right, let's see. Is there any... Oh, one last giantkin. This one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15... Actually, wait. Let me roll a d20 for it. Yeah, he's gonna go instead. Try to challenge Big Red because he fought Big Red in the last earlier in the battle. He has a dash, but that's all he gets to. All right, round 7. Erlon, top of the round. What you doing?
I mean, a target just came in front of me right before I was about to move.
Yeah.
Oh darn!
Oh darn! It's
He's
like
going to.
what's that thing when? Wait. It's like that meme. It's like with first level up for a level 5 wizard that learns fireball.
Mhm.
Oh look, there's a group of bad guys all within 20 feet of each other.
Wow.
Whatever shall you do?
What shall you do? Well, we're obviously gonna swing at this
All right.
guy just because he decided to join. I know I'm hurting guys, so sorry. Um, so first attack, if it rolls, there it goes. 21 to hit.
hits. Roll damage.
Alright.
16.
16
Nice.
damage.
Still standing, but barely.
And then we're going to swing again at him.
16 hits. Roll damage. 13. He had 2 hit
13.
points left. How do you kill him?
He just lashed in his face that he just decided to show up, and I'm thinking that he could get a cheap shot in, trying to finish off what he started before, and
He
just
thought-
basically, what's up? You good?
Yeah, he saw the death ward go off, so he's like, "Oh, easy
Mhm.
prey!" Like, and you just chop him.
Yep, just uppercuts with his legend carver axe.
And pulls out. Skull
Yep.
still attached to the axe, and you kick it off the axe. The rest of the body falls. All right, so
After
that's your
that,
action.
yeah, he's gonna move. He is definitely gonna move. I'd say. Well, we have movement. We can go to the other one.
Well, yeah, this one is prone technically. So I mean,
Um,
you attack that one next turn. If you get there by then, it will be with advantage.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go to him.
All right.
So that'd be exactly 40 feet. All right, and then we're good to go.
Cool.
Oh wait, I said do I still have another attack? No, I don't. Never
You
mind.
have a bonus action.
Oh, I
which
do.
could attack him with
Yeah,
advantage.
I could. Yeah, I could. Right there.
Yeah,
'Cause I
frenzy
only
bonus.
did the 2, correct? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did 2 attacks, so you can attack with that frenzy
Okay.
attack.
Let's do that. Oh, I didn't
All right,
roll it
and
with
this is
advantage.
with
so I'll just
advantage. Roll one
Yep.
more time to see if you crit.
Nah,
26 hits.
26 to hits.
Roll damage.
Oh, it was on a 12.
11. Nice. You smack him on the foot as he's trying to swim. So, awesome. All right. I think that ends your turn
Yep.
for it. All right. Let me do some quick measurements for it. Let's see. Check out this 60-foot cone. All right, cool. So this guy, the stone speaker, is going to move 40 feet, trying to get Lance. Let me see if he still will be able to. Yes. He'll be able to get everyone, and he is going to even target his own ally, the hill giant, on the ground. He doesn't care. You guys are the threat. And he is going to cast Prismatic Spray on all of you. Let me see. Lance will cast, though, and try to negate it with a with a counter spell. 3rd level. So he does the roll off against it. I believe the last time it was a level prismatic is 7 plus spellcaster, which I believe he is a 10. Wait, let me just double check. That giant. So many tabs. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, so Hill Giant, or not Hill Giant, excuse me. Stone Speaker has a plus 17. So 1d20 plus 17. And Lance is casting, he's a level 11 plus 3rd level, so that's 14. So 1d20 plus 14. 16. Unfortunately, Lance tries to cast the counterspell. It doesn't, it's not strong enough to overpower the higher level of the upcast. And the prismatic spray hits. So let's roll off with things. First is going to be the Hill Giant. Let me roll a d6. That's a 3. He's going to get hit with the Dreadful Blue. And he must make a... Has a fright... Nope, no save. The creature takes 35. Oh yeah, he does get 1 save. So let me do... He's prone and he has a disadvantage on dex. Yeah, he's just going to fail it automatically. Okay, so the prismatic blue, let's go 39 necrotic damage and kills his hill giant friend. Just dies in the moat, frozen to death. To Erlon, 1d6. That is a 1. You get the blazing red. You need to make a dex save. You do see this coming, so you do have advantage on it. We'll see if this matters, but go ahead. 14 is a fail. You take 26 fire damage, and you are unconscious. All right, next up is Welcome Lance. Just in time. Let's see which one you get. Also a 1, so you get another blazing red. Please make a dexterity saving throw for Lance. Natural 20. Awesome. So you're only going to take 17 fire damage. Please roll me a con save, because before you came in, and this is for concentration, so it's with advantage, you banished 2 of the giants. So you are concentrating on that. You still maintain concentration, but you basically removed at play for so far a hill giant and a stone giant. You maintain concentration. You only take 16 fire damage. Cool. All right. Next up is Chance. Let's go see which one you get hit with. The Dreadful Blue again. Please make a dexterity saving throw. 13. Okay, you are frightened again, and you take 30 free necrotic damage for it. And last but not least, Zanny, you get the 6. You get the Sapping Green. Make a dexterity saving throw, please. You don't want this, so please succeed on it. You do. So you only take half damage, which is good because it rolled 44. So you only take 22 damage. And you are not automatically incapacitated for a turn.
Ouch. What type of damage?
That would be force damage.
Okay.
That's the bad one, because it is force damage and has the incapacitated condition until the end of the giant's next turn. So you only take 22. Awesome. That is, it blasts with that prismatic spray. All of you get hit by those beams. One of its hill giant folks is automatically necroticized, and Erlon falls unconscious. All right, that was his action movement. That's nothing else. The mortar, though, goes off in retaliation. Zanny, please roll me 16d10. And let me roll this dexterity save. Ooh, natural 20 for the stone speaker. 91. Okay. So 27 saves, so it only takes half damage, so 46 points of damage. as the
You know what? You know what? His save was actually a 4.
Oh, invoking the timeline, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So he's about to save, and you're like, no, F you, and you rewrite using your time magic, rewrite events, the timeline, juncture points, and had a 4 instead of a natural 20, and takes the full 91 damage, just impacting its side. And that hurt like hell for it. A kaboom, and he is seriously injured. Nice. Good placement there, Zanny, and great save there, Chance. All right. That's the artillery shot. Let's go to the stone giant is banished. Chance, you are up. You are frightened.
Okay. I get.
Chance would like to rage.
Chance would like to rage and do melee attacks.
No. I let the mortar do its thing. That was my contribution.
Yeah.
I am, however, gonna. It probably won't be much, but it's at least gonna get Erlon up. Give us another 10 healing to everybody.
All right. Healing word to everyone. Everyone gets another 10 hit points. That every bit get them back up.
Erlon's awake. That's good enough for me.
Yep.
For now. And I'm gonna use a bardic inspiration, and I'm gonna yell at Erlon, and I'm gonna stop doing that.
As Erlon, your eyes flutter open, you gasp, feeling burned all over. You're like, ugh, and then you just hear, "Stop doing that." All right, you feel strangely inspired by those
Oh,
words.
lovely.
Yep, awesome.
It's
All right,
it's the mom, vibe. Like
stop dying. All
Stop
right.
dying or I'll kill you.
Yep. It's just like with the
stop. No, it's stop dying, or you'll wish you had.
Oh. All right, Zanny, you're up. It's your turn. You do know, or you did see, a giantkin is going to try to target some of the artillerists, and there are giantkin on the walls, but there's a stone speaker in front of you.
Do I see this fella from here?
Which ping again?
The one on the top left, the one you said.
Yeah, you saw them go down, and you are flying up. I would say that you can just barely see them, and you can shoot them because of your sharpshooter.
Excellent. I am going to be taking. First, we're going to go for the attack action. How? Red is just barely.
Yeah, and you're no longer frightened, so you can move forward.
Thank goodness. So this part's gonna hurt. Let's see. Let's start with popping around in this fella. So that's my movement, is to go there. And then
Okay,
while
I'm gonna say, so just as a point of order, I'm gonna say you need to shoot first. Otherwise, if you go down to Erlon, there's gonna be the wall in between.
Good to go.
So just FYI. But go ahead,
Sounds
take
good.
your shots.
I sounds good to me. I was planning on dropping and taking damage. If I can do it without taking damage, I am so happy. We're just gonna take one sharpshooter to start off with at this fella. Nope, we're gonna take two because that's a natural 1.
Yeah. Are you gonna use your action not to drop your gun?
I am indeed.
Okay, cool. There you go. Go ahead, roll your second attack.
Don't you do it again. Okay.
24 hits. Roll damage.
No, I didn't. Now I will hold myself true. I did call sharpshooters. That's 19.
Yep, still hits. Their
Okay.
AC is 12.
Okay. 32.
32. Oh, 4 hit points left.
Okay. Well, that's about all I can do for that one. I'm going to fly down to Red, and we're gonna no muss no fuss. Just stab him with the syringe and all 7 charges, and we're gonna roll and see if the thing. I'm gonna start by seeing if it breaks by doing this, but it does not.
Hey, absolutely does not.
All right, but Red, you do get a 7th level cure wounds. So 1 second. Let's see. So you get 55 HP back.
5 healing.
Yay,
just-
there's that
just-
syringe.
Yep. Stick it in and stick the whole plunger down. Just
Where are you stabbing the syringe? Is it in his chest, like crank style, or is it his arm? Where are you
it's
sticking
right in
it?
his shoulder.
His shoulder. Okay.
Yeah, just a meaty stab in the
cheek.
shoulder.
What was that, Lance?
Butt cheek.
Butt cheek. You- Sorry. Go ahead.
And as he's kind of coming to, and I'm over beside him, be like, "All right, I'm gonna go try to help clear off the ones on the wall. You get the big guy."
Say less, Danny. Say less.
All right. See you on the other side, kid.
Yep. All right. And then anything else for your turn, Zanny?
No, that is that was. Oh wait, 1, 2.
You have
I
one
have
shot, I
one more.
believe.
I do have one more shot.
Yep.
He is. So you know what? I already did what I did. I came down here, so I'm gonna take that 3rd shot on this fella.
All right. The stone speaker. Go ahead. Roll your attack, and this is with sharpshooter. So go ahead.
Yeah,
Or
we'll
no?
sharpshooter it. Yeah.
Okay.
Shucks. That's
That
not
is a
gonna hit.
miss.
That's okay.
With 21 minus 5 is 16 is a miss.
Alrighty. That is it. Bonus action, action, move, all done.
Nice. All right, Lance, you're concentrating on banishment. Oh, and I did mark off on your character sheet the banishment and a counter spell. So just FYI, you might want to reload your sheet. But
Okay.
it is your turn. What you doing?
Where were the 2 giants?
The stone giant was right here in
Okay.
the wall of fire. And then the other one was lying prone right here in front of the wall. It was about to start attacking the wall.
You said it's like right over here.
Oh, right here. I'm pinging right
Right
where
there.
it's in the middle. Yep.
Okay. That hill giant was hurt pretty bad though, wasn't it?
No damage to it.
Gotcha.
The stone giant, though, was
almost
looking
dead.
less than half. Which is why Lance last turn targeted it, because it was going to start bashing and breaking the wall.
Right. Okay. Well, I will wait one more turn then before I do that. I'm going to move 30 feet this way. And then there's giant kin up there, and there, and there, and there.
Yes.
4
There's
of them.
two on the wall. One was chasing after you, and the other one is about to go after the artillerists. So there's
Can I,
only 4.
do I have line of sight on that one up there?
No, he's over the wall, so he's
Okay.
You cannot see him.
Okay. Okay. So I guess just this guy. I will.
Which guy are you targeting?
Uh,
The big guy or the
no,
giant
this guy.
kin target?
Well, I'm going to
Okay.
start with the giant kin.
Okay, cool.
I am going to cast.
Oh, I did forget one giant. I'll let you finish your turn, but I did forget to move one giant kin. But go ahead, Lance.
I will do an Arctic blast at. For 4th.
4th level. All right. fire. You get two extra shots, so five rolls. All right, 19 hits. That's 6. That's the first one. Roll the second one. 25 hits. 15 hits. Roll the damages for those. And with those two, you kill it. Kill him.
Okay. The next two are going at the stone speaker then.
Great. Roll the 2 next attack. That's a miss, and that's a miss. All
Well,
right.
that makes sense. Had to change partway through.
Yeah. So before you continue on with your turn, because if you're for the actually, I'm gonna do the last giantkin at the before you do your skellies. So go
Okay.
ahead. Anything for bonus?
No.
Okay. So let me roll because I forgot to do the giantkin right here. He is gonna attack your skellies. Let me roll the first attack and second attack. He's gonna target the ghoul right here. That's a natural 1 on the first one. Uses reaction to not miss, to not drop his spear. And then 17 to hit, doing 9 piercing damage to this left ghoul.
Okay.
So now, your ghoul turns, as well as the rest of your skellies.
The ghouls are still under their standing order, and Lance is going to yell to kill the people on the wall.
All right. Cool. So roll for Nima and the others to shoot their arrows at the 2 giantkin on the wall.
So Nima first,
Yep. 21 hits.
and then was there 5 others?
4 5
5.
others.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. 1 miss, the others hit. The 8 was the miss. So the first one is a -5, -8, -6, -5, -8. All right. This one's peppered with them, still standing, but looking severely hurt. All right. And then your ghoulies.
Yeah, hang on, I forgot to pull them up. So they'll bite with advantage.
Yep. 13 hits, doing 7 damage. And the 15 hits, doing 10 damage. He's
Okay,
starting to look really hurt.
And then they do their claw attack.
Do they get 1 attack on it, or? Because when I read it, it looks like they only do 1 or the other, either a bite or a claw attack.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay, so cool. All right. Those are their 2 attacks.
That way he doesn't drop his hand. It's undead. He could literally drop his hand.
Right? So, cool. Awesome turn, Lance. Damien, it is your turn.
Okay. Alright, he's gonna try to cast slow so that it affects this guy and this guy.
Okay. The stone speaker is going to use a spell slot to try to counterspell you. What spell level are you casting slow at?
Does your guy have a further range than mine? Because my counterspell is only 60 feet.
Oh, you're right. You are out of range. So perfect. So he cannot counter it. Good call there for it. All right. So slow DC 17. Let's do the giantkin first. Wisdom save. That's a natural 1 for a 2. He is super slowed. This giantkin. Let me put a slow. I'll put a clock on him. That way you know it's slow. All right, the stone speaker. Let's roll for him. Wisdom save. All right, let's see. And what's your spell save for it?
17.
25. Okay. So he saves, unfortunately.
Okay.
Unless someone's doing others. Wait, no, yeah. Chance, you already used your.
No,
Wait.
I didn't actually. I got my thing back.
Yeah. So are you using anything before I Say
I don't know. It's not damage.
It gets rid of his reactions, so he can no longer counterspell.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
up to you.
That is
gets rid
true.
of his reactions, and it makes him so it really locks down his ability to hit us with any more prismatic wall or prismatic sprays.
He has to roll over an 11 every turn to even cast a spell. So,
You know what? Sure. Sure. He didn't save. He rolled a 2.
All right. And just to confirm, are you using your other invoke the timeline, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the number?
2.
2. Jesus, he can't even. All right. He is slowed down, forced into another timeline of convergence, pushing it so that probability-wise, he did not save.
I'm trying to remember, since I started in that yellow bubble, am I able to re-enter it?
Yes. I did
Alright.
say that that was something you all decided to do.
Yeah, so I will re-enter to avoid losing concentration.
Perfect. And for slow, I just want to read this. A creature affected by a spell makes another spell saving throw at the end of each of its turn. So we'll see if it's able to save at the end of its turn or not. All right. But those are the two invoke the timelines from Chance. She's just being very nasty to this stone speaker. I love it. All right. That's Damien's turn. Alice, it is your turn.
All right. All right. Well, we need to attack the ones on the wall. I can't move though. Gotta just hang out in here. So I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Hey, Eldritch Blast. Bang, bang.
We're going for this guy right here. I'm
Yeah,
sure
the
he's
one-
within 300 feet. I'm not even gonna
He
measure.
absolutely is. And I did mention he has 4 hit points left. He was trying to kill the artillerists.
So
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
hit him with one of my things.
Sure. Let's see if you actually hit him. Go ahead, roll. That hits. Roll the damage.
Okay.
I doubt you can roll less. Yep. And you kill him. You just
Perfect.
boom. Blast his head
Then-
off.
I'm gonna. They come out of me in rapid succession, don't they? Not
Yeah,
really a
so you fire
controlled.
the first one, and then you have the 2 that are already forming, and you can point.
I'll
out
point him
your
at
hand.
I'll point him at the big guy.
All right. Pointing at the big guy. Go ahead.
1. That's a natural 20.
Natural 20. Nice. That's going to be an automatic plus 10 to the damage. So 23.
Nice.
Alright.
And then one more. 20. Dirty
20 just barely hits. Roll damage. 13. All right.
Wow, Alice
Nice.
kind of went bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. No mercy. I like it. All right. Anything for bonus?
Um, yeah, since I have no idea what story I had, we'll just get a new one.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay. Nothing in stabbing range, but here we are.
Hey, you got Khalid, so great.
I know. Never when I want it.
All right. Hill Giants are banished. Giantkin, let's see them start going. This one's going to go towards Lawrence and is going to stab at him twice. 1 and 2. 23 and 25, and they're going to use their giant strikes. So this one's going to do 5 plus 8 plus 8 plus 6, 16, 30. 16 plus 6 is... Wait, 16 plus 6 is 22, plus 5, 27 points of damage to Lawrence.
Lawrence goes pop.
And then immediately steps over here to go to Xano. This Giantkin is immediately going to go charging. Let me see if he has rain. If he has... Nope, cannot. So he will just... Yeah, he'll just charge, dashing, and get right there. And that will be those two's turn. This one is going to attack only once because it's slowed. He's going to do a spear attack against the ghoul. 17 to hit the ghoul, and he is also going to use his Hail Mary Giant Strike. So that is 9 plus 4, 13 damage to this ghoul.
And he dies.
But that is all he can do, is just one attack instead of 2. At the end of his turn, though, he does make a wisdom save. That's a 14. He's still slowed. All right. That is the Giantkin's turns. Yeah, everyone's dead. Erlon, you are up. You are prone. What you doing?
Do. That's right. I am prone. I guess we're gonna have to use the action to get up.
It's just half your
Before
movement.
before that, roll me a D100, please.
Wait, I should have missed. A D100. You said?
Yes.
Okay. And I think I do still have a Missy step, so I could just do that. D100. 74. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. And then, are you using your Misty Step? Because that will put you automatically on your feet.
I will definitely use my Misty Step, and I will Misty Step straight to him.
All right. You Misty Step directly off of the ground onto your feet, right in front of him. Take your attacks.
First attack, golly. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought.
So it's AC's 19 minus 2.
Oh,
because of it.
motherfucker.
So it's
Oh my god, that's
17
right.
because of the slow. Roll damage.
All right. Oh, poo-poo damage.
So Erlon, how do you kill the stone spear?
Let's go.
It had 9 hit points after Alice's blasts and taking 91 points of damage from the mortar. How do you kill the stone speaker?
I mean, this thing's huge, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh
It's
my.
like 5 Erlons stacked together.
All right, if that's the case, when we Misty stepped into the air straight onto him and just fucking cleave down from his neck all the way down his gut.
Don't know if you have enough. Roll a strength check. Let's see if this
Fucking
just stab into
a
his
strength check? Okay.
Yes. And you are raging, so I'll give you advantage, but it's a pure strength
Oh,
check. Not even
fucking
athletics.
That was one.
You are able to slam your
Okay.
axe into him. 19. You are able to slam your. It was 20 was the DC, so you can't cleave him in half, but you
Oh, that's
stab
fine.
and drag down, breaking ribs, cleaving the heart, and dragging down entrails, but are not able to cut clean.
See
all
through,
of
that's
it.
fine.
But in an epic move, you slay the stone speaker.
What else is there to kill?
All thanks
then
to
the
that
real enemy
slow
shows
spell
up.
from Damien
Then
and
the
that
real
assist from Chance.
No, that was perfect.
You land and you have no other targets.
There's no other targets. He's going to just sit there and
There's the
the
one
blood
little.
pouring down on him.
Oh, I
What's up?
What was that, Lance? There's one over here.
What
There's 2 others,
turn-
Lance, if you're going to drop concentration.
what initiative is the hill giant?
That's
Because you took off the one that was.
That's metagaming.
Oh, yeah, no.
Roll a d20. If it's 11 or higher, I'll tell you. No, I'm not going to say that.
Meh. Oh well.
Yeah.
He'll drop it anyways.
Okay, so as you drop at that moment, seeing the stone speaker slain, the hill giant and the stone giant reappear.
Fuck. All right.
You Misty step, so you now are actually
I do
on your
have
feet.
movement.
You can go right back to fighting the stone
Yeah.
giant. if you
So we're gonna go towards the stone giant again.
want. Yeah. Remember me? Smack.
And then we are going to hint at him.
That very clever, Lance.
Nicely done.
All right, 23 hits. And roll damage.
Ugh. 8.
A little 8. There you go. Cool.
Your
Epic
friend's
kill,
back. Your
that
friend's
should
back.
be it.
Your friend's back for you to fight, Orlon. Don't worry.
Thanks a lot.
Since my banished dude over there reappeared back into the circle of fire, does that count as re-entering its space?
Yes, on its turn. On its turn, I was gonna say yes. Because they were nasty to you. You guys can be nasty to them. So, all right. So that's Erlon, your turn. The stone speaker is slain. It is now the mortar's turn. The mortar is reloaded. They are ready for the next repositioning for you, Zanny. Not sure if you're going to get another chance, but hey, we'll see. And it is the stone giant's turn. It is re-entering it, so it's going to make another dex save. Damien, please roll the damage for me one more time.
Do you want me to roll damage for what?
For the wall of fire. You never dropped.
Oh, for the wall of
no,
fire.
yeah, you did drop.
I did drop
concentration
it for slow.
for
Yeah.
slow. So never mind. Never mind. But yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be mean. Erlon, roll an athletics check against being grappled.
Oh, well, then I have advantage of it if it's grappled.
Correct.
You said acrobatics, though, right?
Athletics.
Oh, oops. You catch that. Okay, there you go. Athletics.
That's a natural 20. All right. You are grabbed because that was a 26 total and lifted up into the air. And he's going to throw you. Now the question is, who am I going to throw you at? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
You did have a bardic inspiration, just if you.
Do I
wanna
still
try
have
that?
one? Yeah. If it's a +8 or a possible 8, then yeah.
All right.
D8.
Roll
Hold
the D8.
on. Golly, this has to be like almost perfect.
Nope. All right, you are grabbed, and I'm gonna now roll. If it's a 1, he's gonna throw you at chance. A 2 is Zanny. A 3, Lance. A 4 at Alice in the bubble. But that would be hilarious because you can't. It's just gonna smack. So let's see. 1d4, 2, Zanny. He's gonna throw you at Zanny. So throw you. Let's see. All right, Zanny, what's your AC?
17.
So that's a miss. He throws with a 15. It misses. But Erlon, you are thrown and you hit the ground, taking 29 bludgeoning damage. Halved is 15. And you are prone. As he lifts you up and aims at Zanny, and Zanny's like, nope, and you hit the ground.
Yeah.
All right. It is then going to go, because that was its 2 attacks. How much movement does it have? 40. Okay. He's going to try to jump over the hallucinatory terrain. Well, no, he can't. All right. He's going to go this way. Well, that's where all the... Huh. There's no real good way except target the healer. Just go right there and get in position to smack. All right. And that is the stone giant's turn. Chance, you're up.
Yes. Okay. Fun. There's a stone giant in front of me. Love
Yep.
that for me. I don't love that for me.
He just wants to say hi and give you a hug to the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how giants say hello.
Okay. I'm gonna you know what, I'm gonna do more or less what I planned on doing anyways, and then call for backup. I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern on the dumb ass hill giant over here, because I know that there's almost no way that they can.
All right. So that's going to be wisdom save. It basically has a nat 20 it. That's a 13.
Okay. So just gonna take him out of the game, and then
This poor guy, he's like crawling and then gets banished and reappears and then says pretty colors in his face.
he's probably having the best time of any of the giants. He hasn't got hit. He's just going on a journey. It's a weird
The
trip.
wildest
Like,
like apple pie charm, and then taking a nice swim, then disappearing, reappearing, and now colors.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
psychedelic.
and then I'm just gonna be like,
He ate some bad mushrooms that Rip gave him.
and then I don't really. Oh, actually, I should have done that. I should have ran before casting that. Shit.
Yeah. Well, so that's your action. Anything for bonus?
No, just guys, help.
Help. All right. That's the case. Let's go to Zanny. Zanny, it's your turn.
I had a delay voice change with Red in the chat. Just comes flying at me. Zane was
Smacks.
All right. Hey, how's it going? Good. All right. Oh shit, they're killing Chance. Hang on. She points the mortar out to back over here to these fellas. I'm gonna put it on the back end of the hill giant.
Oh Jesus.
This guy's just gonna continue to have a bad day. And since this guy just stepped up to Chance, I'm just gonna Dreammaker 3 shots on this fella.
Okay, go ahead. Roll damage. Roll attacks, I should say first.
All sharpshooters.
All sharpshooters, and you get sneak if you get it. 19 hits. Roll damage with sneak and sharpshooter.
Second one's a natural 20.
Okay, but let's roll the damage first on the yeah.
All right, so first one with sneak will be 34 damage.
Okay, cool. So it's down to 2 hit points with the crit. Go ahead, roll your damage. So 5 plus the
It'd be 20. It'd be 27 plus another 16. So
27 plus 16, 37, 43 points of damage. I just told you had 2 hit points. You explode his face.
Yeah, hang on, I got you, honey. Blam, blam.
And collapse.
And Chance is covered in giant goo.
Yes, just all giant blood on her.
I got prestidigitation.
Yep.
That part I can't help.
You're gonna be prestidigitating for a while.
Yeah. Especially spitting out like the brain matter and everything. Yeah.
Oh.
I kept my mouth. I did not scream. I kept my mouth shut. Thank you.
Jed's like, no. It's just like.
We've been in enough battles by now.
Fair. You're veterans. All right. Anything else for you, Zanny?
I'm just gonna throw a glance back to this guy. Just be like, you poor SOB. You're about to have the worst day and the last day of your life. And then I'm just gonna casually walk back across the moat and stand over here.
Yeah. Awesome. Lance, it is your turn. You're no longer concentrating. I'll remove that concentration off of you.
You can leave it on. I'm going to be concentrating here in a second.
Okay.
Lance looks at this guy, seeing pretty colors, and he's like, that's unfortunate for you. And he's going to walk forward, and as he does, he's going to Wizard Rage and get bigger.
Okay. Wizard Rage gets bigger.
And he puts his staff away and draws a sword and shield.
All right. You gain 50 temporary hit points. Nice. And first attack. Well, all these attacks have advantage because he's prone.
I get advantage either way with this spell.
Also, the first one technically will be a crit if you hit.
Okay.
Which
it was a crit anyways.
That is a crit anyways. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So that is a
9 plus 8 is 17 points of damage.
Plus in Tensor's transformation, it's 2d4 force damage, so 13 plus an extra 24.
So 17 plus 24, 37, 41 points of damage. That's your first hit. I think.
No, it's more than that. It's 17 plus 13 is 40 plus 24, so it's 64 points of damage.
64. Okay.
And yes,
so-
I get to attack again.
Wait 1 sec. I gotta re-add. So 64. Okay. Go ahead. Roll a second one. This one is not a crit, but you still have advantage. 14 hits. Roll the damage is 8.
Oh, those are supposed to be 12. Sorry. Plus the force of 14 more.
So a total of 22.
Yep.
Just whack. Whack. All right. Solid. He's not looking good. All right. It is Damien's turn. What's Damien doing? Or sorry, before that, your skellies. What are your skellies doing?
The ghoul is going to attack the one he's been fighting. And he's going to bite him again.
All right. 6 is a miss.
He fails. Skellies are going to switch to swords since they're close.
Yep.
Because they're smart enough to do that. And they would shift so they can all get it in range, except for Gordy's probably. Oh no, he can attack from right there. Okay.
All right. So who are you attacking first?
We'll start from right to left.
All right. So Xano, roll 1 attack.
And Xano uses a great club.
And I'm going to make you roll them one at a time. So 15 hits, roll damage. 8. Okay, great. Next up, Nima. When 1 hits, roll damage. 8. Excellent. All right. Zara. Is Zara attacking the one directly in front of her or the one to the right?
The one to the right looks very, very not healthy, right?
Correct.
She's going to attack that one.
18 hits, roll damage. 11 kills him.
And then Gordy and Ike will attack the other one.
All right. Gordy, 19 hits, roll damage. And 18
sorry.
hits, roll damage.
Okay, that's fair. I rolled both of them. Since,
Yep.
Yeah.
22 points of damage. Nice. They're good for crowd control.
Yeah, they're great minion squishers.
Yep. All right. There we go. All right, Damien, now it's your turn.
So one of them's still alive up there that's getting attacked by all the skellies.
Yep. And then you see a hill giant over here, and you see a distant giantkin over here.
Yeah. How far of a drop is it down to where the mortars are?
20 feet.
And how is he looking?
Wait, who's the hill giant?
No, this guy.
Oh, this guy looks really like I'd say 2/3. 2/3.
He's bloody.
He's bloodied. Yeah.
So the hill giant, does he have so he's awake and he's got a turn before the mortar goes off?
Correct.
Okay. All right. He's gonna poke his head out of the bubble for a sec and cast grease on the giant.
All right, he is prone, so if he stands up, he's gonna have to do it all over again, make the dex save. But he's on his ground, and then just grease just gets everywhere beneath him. Nice. All right.
Sits back in the bubble.
And you go right back. Awesome. All right, let's go then to Alice. Alice, what are you doing?
Not paying enough attention apparently because he started in my apple pie and thusly should have made another save, but I wasn't looking.
Well, he hasn't gotten to his turn yet.
It's if you start your turn, or is it start your turn?
He
Yeah,
hasn't
that
even
makes
gotten to
sense.
his turn yet.
Yep,
so.
yep, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I'm just special. I would like
You're
to.
just
Just a special girl. I'm gonna re-roll it, get something new. Hopefully, don't make him run away. But it's fine. It's fine. A 1 again. It's the same thing.
No, last time it was Khalid.
No. I'm re-rolling Nathan's Mischief. It's the apple pie again.
Gotcha. I thought you were doing. Okay.
No.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, so I'm gonna move it this way a little bit. And it's very apple pie
Apple pie.
in that area.
So at the start of his turn, before he even does anything, we'll see if he makes his wisdom save for it.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's that. That's a free action. What you doing for your action and bonus?
Okay, and he's been greased and he's on the ground? Is that what
Yeah,
just
he's
happened?
he's still prone.
He's having a bad day.
He's having a bad day. I just really lack everything except Eldritch Blast, so I'm gonna make him have a continuously bad day.
I mean, you could target this giant kin all the way over here. You have 300 feet of range.
Which giant can? Am I
This
not
one.
zoomed out enough?
The one next to the
Oh
ghoul.
my gosh. Oh my gosh, I hadn't even zoomed out that far. Yeah, I'll get that guy. Thank you. I
Alright.
appreciate it, DM. There's so many people on the map that I'm losing track.
That's fine. Roll your attacks.
1,
16 hits. Roll damage. 11, nice. Roll your second attack. 18 hits. Roll damage. 8, nice. Roll your third attack.
3. That one definitely
25 hits. Roll damage.
Nice.
And that kills him. Just
oh. Pew, pew,
sniping.
pew.
Eldritch Sniper.
Yep.
She's gonna look at the reporters and just go, a lady knows how to get things done without getting her hands dirty.
And the reporters and filmmakers are very happy.
And then Alice
I forgot they were here.
Hey, that's their. They're not supposed. They're not causing any trouble. They're just filming you guys.
Alice is gonna poke her head out, and Lance is in range, so she's gonna bardically inspire Lance to give him hell, Lance, darling.
All right, you feel inspired. It is now the hill giant. Before he does anything, he must make that wisdom save. What does the apple pie do, by the way, again?
Charms him.
Charms. Okay, so he won't be able to. He could still attack anyone else other than you.
I don't see an issue here.
17. Now.
Oh, that's my
that-
DC.
So he is not charmed by you. So he gets up, and now he must make the dex save. What's your spell save, Damien?
17.
Ooh, natural 20 for 19. Does anyone gonna try to undo that?
You know what? Sure.
So he
I'll-
slips. Or let me roll and see if he's gonna slip.
Yeah, we'll just do a what's it called?
Silvery barbs.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 12. You guys, does. He gets up, and then you basically do the silvery barbs. What do you scream at him?
Just like more, mom. Just no.
Just no. He looks, and then he's like, he just slips, like if he's slipped on a banana peel, and falls flat on his ass one more time. And then he's gonna take a swing at Lance because he's upset, and this is with disadvantage. So great club, disadvantage, 1 and 2. 23 and 11. 23 hits, doing 19 bludgeoning damage to you, Lance. And that's his turn. That's all that he can do for it. All right. It is the Giantkin's turn. Giantkin are gonna... There's only one left. Looking at the map. Yeah, there's only one left. He's gonna go down swinging. He's gonna fight the Skellies. Let's go. He's gonna attack Zara because she was the one that killed his friend. Get rid of this. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that. And Giantkin spear attack. That's an 8. That's a miss. Spear attacks number 2. 11 is a miss. So he misses, stabbing at Zara, and Zara just dodges out of the way.
I mean, she is like 2 feet tall, so.
Yep. All right, Erlon. You are prone. You just got smacked onto the ground. What do you do?
Fuck, I forgot I was prone because I got thrown.
Yeah.
Oh, half movement speed. So we're looking at only 20. Nah, I can be close enough.
The half movement, stand up.
Well, I can still use. Yeah, I can. I still would have an extra action in order to at least attack once.
No,
Yeah.
Frenzy, you have to have attacked on your turn.
Oh, beforehand, you're right. Yep, because I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll start at least moving towards him.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. So,
All right.
20, correct?
Yep.
Is the
20
telepathy
is
thing
gonna be
still going on?
there.
And then what was
Yes.
that?
Telepathy. He was asking if telepathy's still up.
I was
yeah,
just
telepathy.
curious if
20 there.
he would know where the blast radius would be or not, basically.
I don't know if Zanny's been telling him. So it's fine though. It's fine. He's outside of it.
Totally doesn't know.
So but yeah, you get there. Do you use your action to dash towards it? Because you do you use your action to dash towards it?
You know what though? I might just throw my hand axe at him.
Okay. He is
Let me
prone,
see
so
this.
this is a ranged attack, so he's with disadvantage. Throw your axe at him.
Okay. Disadvantage, you said?
Yes.
It is within 20 feet. Son of a magic cookies. Let's see.
14 hits. Roll your damage.
Okay.
You get one
Oh.
attack because you threw your axe. 9.
9 damage.
Hey, it's something. You throw your axe, and yeah.
I kept my rage going. Exactly. Thank you, Zanny.
There you go. There you go. And now for the moment we've been waiting for. The giant is prone, so he has disadvantage on a dex save. It's laughable. Zanny, please roll me 16d10. He has 10 hit
We're gonna
points.
stare straight at Zanny if this obviously it's gonna kill him.
He has 10 hit points, guys. 68. 1 point away from Zanny. How could you fail this assignment? 1 point away
I was
from a
so
nice.
close. I tried.
You tried. But with 68 points of damage, there's no way, even if he saves, the hill giant gets smacked by Lance twice, gets an axe thrown at his head, and as he's grumbling after slipping because of Chance's magic, boom, explosion, a detonation, as the mortar fires and explodes and just blasts blood and gore of this hill giant to pieces. The fat organs and limbs go flying everywhere.
Can Lance try to grab a toe as it all goes flying by him?
I don't know if the toe would exist. roll a d20. This is gonna be a 16 or higher.
Nope.
Nope. Just you're in rage mode, Lance, and this is the bomb. Just no. All right. Mortar fired. Stone giant is dead. Off the initiative. Chance, you're up. There's only one bad guy left. This sod surrounded by undead.
Right.
She casts shove off the wall. He dies falling.
He still has some health left.
You know what? I'm gonna vortex warp Red up where on top of this dead body.
You're vortexing who?
Red.
Me.
Big Red. Okay. So vortex warp. Let me put you to front.
Bloop.
And you are blooped right there.
So that he can I'm gonna tell Lance to let the Skellies let Erlon have the moment, and I'm gonna yell up to the camera people, get a close up of the last the grand finale.
All right. Nice. Great. Okay. I'll move them on initiative. I'll say initiative 10 for
Not
it.
necessarily that they have to, or
Well,
yeah.
just to
Oh,
get them
the
get
camera people.
closer
Yeah.
For it. So there we go. So awesome, Chance. Zanny, you're up. Anything you're doing?
So, cool girls don't look at explosions. Zanny was floating up towards this guy, and then she hears Chance call that out, and she's like, just smiles down at Chance and just puts Dreammaker away. It's just like, Yeah, I want to see this happen.
All right. Nothing for
Um,
Zanny. Awesome.
Let's see.
Awesome.
Hang on. As a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I'll use my I'll just use my action to dash and fly back up the wall so that I can get close enough.
All right.
And I'm
Nice.
gonna I'll get out of the shot. I have just enough movement, and that way I have my bonus action. I will give Red the help action. With
Nice.
My
What do you
master
tell
Red that
him?
gets me in range.
What do you tell him to give him the advantage against this giantkin?
Just look over Red, like, and it has nothing to do with the actual fight. Just make sure you give good flex right before you give that final swing. Make the veins really pop.
Awesome. All right. That's your turn, Zanny. Let's go. Or Erlon, do you have anything to say after that?
No, literally, like, it's just like so confused by everything.
So
Like,
confused,
just
such
looking at them,
enraged,
like,
but
okay,
grinning.
the veins are popping.
Yeah. Awesome. Lance, your turn. What you doing?
Lance is just gonna walk over here 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so he can see kind of. And he's gonna tell the Skellies to move, but let Zara stay under there because she'll be the shortest out of the shot, so he has advantage.
Okay.
But
nice.
everybody else is just gonna wait.
Yeah.
Except for this ghoul is still on his mission. Because his original words were "Go get me the stick" with the
Yeah.
gems on it. So he's plugging away over here trying to go get the stick.
Nice. He's like, you could dash also. So
Oh yeah, I was gonna say he'll dash.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. He's so close to the stick.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Let's go then. Ike did move, so this Goliath or Giantkin would strike him with the spear. That's a 10. That's a miss. All right. Damien, you can see what's going on. Are you doing anything? You gonna kill Steel?
Or do anything to make sure that the thing doesn't do anything before his turn.
Right?
How hurt is he?
He looks like about half. Or no, sorry, I said 2/3. 2/3. Basically 45 out of 67.
I guess he'll try to
supposedly
launch him off the wall with telekinesis.
Okay. All right.
Well, with telekinetic, not
He's
true
gonna fall off
telekinesis.
the floor. Okay. So or fall 20 feet if it does. And Erlon's gonna have to jump after him. But okay. So this is. So what's the spell save DC? It's a 17 Dex.
I think
Yeah.
it's strength. Yeah.
Let me see. Strength. Okay. Let's see if they do it. Nope, that's a 13. So he's shoved off the wall. Plummets. Let's do a dex save to see if he lands or takes full half damage. He lands on his feet, takes half damage from the fall.
And then he shoots out of his palm a ray of frost at him.
Okay, okay. So half is 6, and then roll your ice damage or roll your attack. It's a spell. Oh, sorry, spell save DC 17. Okay, so he has to make another dex save. Or wait, is Ray
It's
of
an
Frost?
attack.
That's well, you don't have advantage, so it's a 25.
Yeah, it'd just be 25. And then I've still got the bardic inspiration if I need to. But...
Yeah, no, it hits. It hits. So roll damage for it. 11. Wait, why is there a +8 on it?
I
because
think
it
it's
thinks he
because
rolled
it
the
thinks I'm rolling
crit.
advantage.
Oh, gotcha,
but
gotcha.
just
So yeah,
11.
11 damage is good. Looking less than half. All right. Solid amount of damage from you, Damien. There we go.
Oh, and his
Cool.
movement is down by 10.
Yeah. All right. If nothing else, Alice, it is your turn. You're on mute.
Gosh darn it. He's probably looking pretty darn hurt. He's 20 feet down now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go like on this side and stick your hand out.
I am gonna move over here. And I'm gonna
You're gonna kill Steel?
No, I'm gonna try to get another story.
Okay.
Everybody pray for the one I want. I forgot what number it is, but just pray for it, alright?
How are they
That
supposed
one.
I know it's not that one.
to...
That is the wrong one.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I am let's see, hold on. Let me measure my movements here. Everybody else is dead, right?
Yeah, it's just the one giant kin.
Wait, I can't get over there. There's too many people in my way.
You can move through. This is like you can. They're the friendly people. You can move through them.
Okay, let's go.
And this is
Excuse-
just a token for your, your.
Oh. Okay. And then
It's like there's a house in the way. How am I
There's
supposed to
no.
get through a house?
That's
Now,
the
this
token
is-
I established for your hut.
this is not me officially moving out. This is me measuring.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you know that. Bitches. All right. It's 30 feet for my bardic inspiration, isn't it?
For inspiring people.
Yes, it is, and I don't have an extendo spell. Alright, that just kind of put a damper on what I was planning to do. So, instead, I'm going to vibe.
To vibe. Okay.
I'm gonna vibe, you know?
That's fine. You vibing away. At the
Vibing.
end of your turn, the filmmakers and reporters are gonna use their action to dash to try to get a good close up of things. They're gonna move over here and over here, filming from the wall as Erlon is about to do whatever he's gonna do. Giantkin, he just got shoved off the wall. He looks at everyone up there 20 feet, and he's just going to charge the artillerists.
Isn't Zanny in the way?
She's up in the air, and he's going to throw his spear at David. The 17 hits.
Oh, I'm gonna nah.
I'm gonna use my protected
Silvery
ward.
barbs.
Oh,
Silvery barbs.
there you go.
Okay. Because he's like, all right, if I'm going to die, I'm going to take at least one with. So, all right, silvery barbs must re-roll. That's a 12, still hits. And you're using your projected ward,
Yeah.
Damien?
Yeah.
Okay. So that reduces it by 12. So take away 12 from your ward and no other damage. He's gonna pull out his axe, but he's not gonna throw that. And Erlon, time for the show.
There's a
Round
whole
9.
show. God, now you've moved. So I can't remember.
You can go
off,
after him.
bro.
You're gonna have
I
to
can.
make a jump.
I can. But I was just gonna dive into him. It's fine.
You can do a running
Um,
leap off the wall.
Oh shit! Wait, do I have enough movement speed? Do movement for that? That's the thing. So they'd be
You can.
25, 35. Oh, we can.
Or actually, I would recommend. Yeah, you can like that.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do it.
All right. I'm not gonna even make you
So-
roll for it. Just roll it, or like any athletics. You're just jumping down and attacking. So go ahead, roll
Yeah.
your attack
Okay.
with advantage because of Zanny's bonus action. And yeah, no pressure. Don't miss the shot. 17 hits.
hit.
Roll
Barely.
damage. 9. All right, that's your first
Not
attack.
enough.
Mac, you have your second attack. Go ahead. 17 hits. Roll damage.
Oh my god.
12. Last chance. Roll your
Is this literally the last chance?
roll your frenzy attack. 18 hits. Roll damage.
Oh my god. Oh my. It's gonna re-roll it.
He had 7
Terrible.
hit points. How do you end
Oh,
last
fucking
giant kin?
Christ.
That was on edge.
Wasn't on the first freaking hit.
No, sadly
Oh
not.
my god.
Not a cool epic slam.
Not
but
a cool epic
slam.
slam into it.
And then how? Describe your last 2 hits.
Shoot. Oh my god. I don't know. I kind of leave it up. No. Okay, so we leap, we hit into it, dragging it into the ground, and then just basically sweeping up, like sweeping the body up with the axe, and then cleaving into it.
There you go. Just slam, slash, break his leg, and then impact, and you kill him. And
I'm gonna
that.
say fuck you, Damien.
Yeah, the giant. They nearly got the artillerists, and yet here comes Big Red to save them the very last second. So
Jeez.
there
Manufactured drama.
we go. Congratulations, y'all! You stopped the giants from breaking the wall and entering the town of Beit Mia.
God, that was so many too.
Yeah, that was 9 rounds. Hey, you gotta admit, like when I do my rounds, they're usually combat for me lasts 4 to
Crazy.
4 to 9 or 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So, all right, that is the end of initiative, and we're a little bit over for our break. Let's take our 10-minute break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up what's going on with the town. Maybe say some farewells to Damien, and see how the progress is going for the war. See you all soon. Welcome to Castles and Calamities. We're an American Dungeons & Dragons actual play web series, currently running 2 weekly games, one on Tuesdays and one on Thursdays. Our shows started streaming in August 2023 and have brought forward hundreds of episodes full of incredible story, memorable characters, complex NPCs, emotional role-playing, and exhilarating combat. We have lore, we have heroes, we have magic, love, and wit. So let's dive in with a little special insight video about Castles and Calamities. Join us as we tell you a bit about our journey, starting with first who we are.
We've gained and lost people along the way, but the 4 of us you hear today are 4 of those who helped create Castles and Calamities and have been here since the beginning.
Gassan.
Brian.
Tim.
And Aaron.
Over time, we've grown beyond the original 4 and currently have 9 players spread out across 2 campaigns. We are a group of friends who started playing during the pandemic. A lot of bad things happened in 2020, but one of the good things that came out of it was the popularization of online campaigns. Our first campaign together started in March of 2020 when several of the original players met through a campaign they found on a Facebook post.
After that game began to fizzle out, we wanted to continue playing together and started our own campaigns. 2 of the founding members acted as dungeon masters, with Gassan starting what would become the Silver Age and Brian starting a campaign called Singers. They're sometimes playfully referred to as Order and Chaos, respectively, because of their contrasting playstyles. The Silver Age is a direct prequel to the current Tales of Tellos Steam Age, and was a campaign that took place in a fantasy setting inspired by Renaissance Europe, full of mystery and political intrigue, as a group of adventurers journeyed across kingdoms and plains to combat an evil group called the Harbingers. Singers was actually an acronym, which is how Acronymic Adventures got its start, and stood for the Sigil Investigation and Neutralization Garrison of the Extraplanar Rangers. It was a fun and chaotic campaign that had each player play 4 different characters that traveled to different worlds to combat evil. It's not a direct tie-in to the current campaign, but is only a slight crossover reference, as the world of Heptagonia was one of the many worlds that the Singers visited.
As those campaigns came to their end, we realized we wanted to continue their stories and keep having fun together. Not only that, we wanted to bring in new players to expand our stories, and we wanted to stream them so that we could share these vivid worlds with friends, family, and anyone who loves a compelling tale. That's how the initial idea formed for Castles and Calamities, and we launched in 2023 and started streaming our 2 current campaigns, The Tales of Tellos and The Acronymic Adventures. Gassan, aka Order, runs the Tuesday series Tales of Tellos, and Brian, also known as Chaos, runs the Thursday series, The Acronymic Adventures. Currently, we have weekly sessions for both campaigns streaming live on Twitch and uploaded weekly to our YouTube channel.
The Tales of Tellos is a collection of campaigns that takes place on the world of Tellos. It is a large planet with 2 moons and has an extensive history of magic, heroes, wars, and political intrigue. The current campaign is called the Steam Age, and 200 years have passed since the events of the Silver Age. The Industrial Revolution has come to the lands of Eremer, a land of harsh deserts, lush oases, and bustling cities. New innovation and technology is pushing Eremer to grander heights. But for all of Eremer's industry and magics, civil war threatens to tear apart the mystical lands of the Sultanate. Neighboring nations seek to steal her secrets, and an ancient enemy seeks to bring about the end of the world. This is a story of many stories, with heroes, criminals, and travelers helping determine the course of history. The Tales of Tellos is a campaign set in a rich world with deep, expanding lore, complex characters, and of course, lots of actions. It airs every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Acronymic Adventures is our other mainline campaign in a separate setting than Tales of Tellos. The current adventure is the Guild campaign, set in the world of Terrasol on the continent of Heptagonia, a continent shaped like a 7-pointed star with a wild creation story involving the literal tug-of-war of the continent by rival dragons. The land itself is ruled by the Adventurers Guild, and the players start in the academy that trains those with talent in an attempt to prevent accidents of unrealized potential manifesting into danger. The land has gone through many catastrophic events and is currently recovering physically, technologically, and socially. But there is always trouble brewing under the surface that sparks many an adventure for those brave or foolish enough to seek it. Guild is a campaign where chaos reigns. Magic, mystery, and fortune are out there waiting to be rediscovered. Are you ready to join the grand undertakings in Land Divided? Join us Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Castles and Calamities is order, chaos, and everything in between. A group brought together by friendship, fun, and a love of storytelling. Both campaigns are expected to last several years, and hope to continue with future campaigns in the same worlds. We'll also be releasing new content, including character interviews, lore, art, game discussions, fan communities, and maybe even new campaigns in new worlds. So stay tuned.
You can tag along on our quests at Castles and Calamities, all spelled out, no spaces, on Twitch and YouTube. Or take the easy route and just click on the links in the description. We hope you feel like a member of the party, laughing, crying, and sharing in all our victories and adventures as you join us on this journey. Welcome to Castles and Calamities.
All right, welcome back, folks. Hope you guys had a good break. If you're just joining us before the break happened, the group was a success. The group had a successful battle in defeating the giants that were attacking the walls and trying to breach Beit Mia's defenses. With that being said, let's go through everyone's mind really quickly and see what's everyone thinking as the din of battle has ended in this side of the wall, even though you hear the booms from distant parts with things. Let's go to Alice. What is Alice's thoughts as battle ends? You're on mute.
Way. Okay, no, that makes sense. I was like, I unmuted myself. How dare you? No, I'm gonna take my bubble down. Goodbye, bubble. See you later. And she's gonna fix herself, you know, fix her hair a little bit, even though she's literally been in a protected bubble this entire time. She's at full HP, nothing has touched her, but she's gonna make sure she looks presentable as she's looking out along the carnage, because you know she has to be beautiful even amongst such a gory and violent backdrop. In fact, it might even make her look more beautiful. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. So are you posing for any camera
No.
shots?
No. It has to be candid, and she has to look like she doesn't want it. So she's just going about, you know, checking on people in a very elegant and benevolent way. You know, like, oh, Zanny, are you doing well? Red, that was such a good kill. I'm so very proud of you.
I'm debating whether or not I want to roll a deception check or performance check. I'll allow a performance check.
Little column A, little column B. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. Very well performed.
Thank you.
Alright.
I'm going to be a star.
Let's go to Erlon. Erlon, you just delivered the final blow. What is Erlon thinking or doing right as battle ends?
He's gonna turn around and looking at the camera, he's literally going to kind of put the blade of the axe kind of down, stepping on top of it, making like a pose, and like doing a nice little like what is it? One of those lovely princess waves, like the kind of scooped hand. Yep.
Just a slight, like,
Just looking around.
roll a performance check.
Performance. I mean, it can't be just a cool check.
I mean, this is just like. Didn't you get like or bardic from someone? I'll give you advantage because of that cool finish off. So roll it again, and I'm not sure if you have
No,
bardic.
it's set in stone. It's fine.
10. It's the hand wave. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. That's the problem. It doesn't match.
I think on that first one, he punched himself in the face. He went elbow, wrist, smack.
Fuck you, Lance.
Fortunately, it's a 10. It doesn't come off as genuine. It's just like, oh yeah. Poor things. Okay, awesome. Damien, what's Damien doing after the battle is over and this day is won potentially?
He like takes a deep sigh of relief, realizing that David managed to make it and that his ward managed to get there on time. Then he's inspired by seeing that incredible kill by Erlen. And after all of it's done, and he sees the devastation and the blood of the giants and Alice like walking through looking all elegant, he just like loses all the strength in his legs and kind of falls to his butt. He unbuttons a couple of the buttons on his collar so he can breathe better. And then to center himself, he pulls out his harmonica and he just starts playing this kind of like sad tune, an ode to all the lives lost.
All right. You play the harmonica and roll a performance check with advantage.
Alice.
Well, I like him. Let's see. Yeah. Not the harmonica.
Danny just found the new kid to adopt.
Yeah.
Alice will duet with any of you guys playing an instrument except this man.
Because of harmonica.
4 and 6.
I can do the
epic.
spoons.
I'll roll one more time.
How about a live performance?
Go ahead. That's what I was trying to lead into it. Go ahead. Awesome. Yeah. Kudos and thank you for being willing to play that live.
That's
for
awesome.
That is awesome. So I will grant that as an automatic success for it. Yeah, does this man just whip out her harmonica in real life? Yes, yes, Alice, yes. All right. As you're playing that, let's go to Zanny. What's Zanny's thoughts, reactions as the battle is over and as she hears this harmonica?
Well, she was already on her way over to like just like settle down next to him. It's just like, because everybody else is, even Alice got some good shots in and killed some people. Like, it's literally the whole thing you've been working on. So everybody was on their A game today. So Zanny's like not really worried about everybody. She just comes over and sits down next to Damien, just pulls out the harmonica. Oh shit, you play. I'm getting too old for this shit. Hang out. She pulls in and reaches in her back, just pulls out a guitar. It's like, I think I actually know this one. You sure you're from around here?
So the guitar comes out. I think this is the one that Alice even bought you for it. Roll a performance check.
It's not a lute. It's like a actual guitar.
It's an actual guitar, like the ones how they were in the year 1900. Your drum set 22 for the guitar. Nice. And Alice is left without her violin. So, all right. Let's go to Chance. What's Chance's thoughts or feelings after the battle is over?
She's just she's prestidigitating herself. She's heading over / calling the carpet over because I don't know where the gate is to this place. But also she's avoiding going up on the wall so she's checking on Lance. She's just staying down here and away from the camera. Is just
Nice. All right, great. Speaking of which, Lance, after about a minute, your rage runs out. You take a point of exhaustion. But what are your feelings?
I get a roll for the exhaustion.
Okay, go ahead, roll con save. Yep, you're fine.
Yeah, he goes down and he's like, cool, and he's walking over here. He meets the ghoul halfway, who I assume brings him the stick.
Yeah, the stick is, as you could tell with the picture, it is almost as tall as a giant. It is not something you nor the ghoul can lift all by yourselves. You probably need one more person.
Can I not drop the concentration because it lasts for 10 minutes and pick it up?
Sure. You will still need somebody to help you with it because this is for a huge creature.
That's fine.
Dragging it, but
and he's gonna move it out of the way and make sure it's all safe and set aside. And then he's gonna start ripping stones out of this guy's face. Because there's all kinds of gemstones in his head.
Yep. It is gory as you are ripping. Well, some of them are cracked and destroyed because of the nature of like the bomb detonating and everything else for it. But you're still ripping out, and we'll see what you're able to collect afterwards. Cool. Entering into a time soup thing. Is there any conversations you guys want to have before you go meet with the general an hour later or so? Going once. Twice.
Zanny's just helping people out, just doing medical stuff.
All right.
That's kind of her free.
DM, if those stones are damaged, Lance is gonna take the whole head.
Okay. You're just chopping the entire head.
Yeah,
all right.
Because he can fix that later.
Cool. And with that, about an hour goes by after you guys are pretty much just staying on guard for any other attacks for it. I will say the film, excuse me, the filmmakers and the reporters do try to get interviews. So I'm just going to go very quickly across and see if your character is willing or unwilling. I have some suspicions about things, but just for the record and the show. Alice, does Alice do any interview for the film on camera?
Yes, but if they start asking her questions that could possibly paint her in anything but a very good light, she's out of there. And if they ask her any questions about being a warlock, she's out of there.
They're asking more about the war, your thoughts, where were you when the war started, how you're feeling about the war. They tell you ahead of time, like, morale boost for the people, propaganda style, a little bit.
Perfect.
So,
This is also where she's gonna announce that she will be hosting a charity auction for
Great.
the betterment of Zarek. So now it's on public
Auction it
record.
off?
they
I
ask,
don't-
is this
I
going to be an open invitation for anyone, or is this going to be select group invitations?
If you can afford to be there, you can come. Alice might discuss the logistics with like Zanny about doing a feed the poor buffet type style thing, and then having the actual charity gala be an auction where people bring things to auction off and all of the proceeds go to the benefit of the reconstruction. So it'd be like dinner for the populace to feed the populace, and then like an actual ball hosted for the elite for the express purpose of raising money.
Okay, gotcha.
So like buy a ticket type thing or bring something
Fair,
to
fair.
auction off.
I was just trying to figure out. I feel like you would be inviting also like the poor to there, but it sounds like it's not. It's a buy-in sort of situation.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go to then Erlon. What is Erlon? Does Erlon give any interview?
Oh yeah, he did promise them an interview after everything was said and done, so he will follow
Alright.
through with it.
Any highlight things you want to mention during like about whether like you're focusing more about your journey, focusing more about the heroism or about the war?
Probably Well, bouncing off of what they would say majority of the time, more than anything. So if they want to focus on the fighting itself, then you'll talk about what each person had, like, I guess, play wise in it, and then yeah, I mean, like, are they specifically asking if about the war or
Well, they ask like questions of early on, like, okay, how do
just
you
in
think the
general?
war is going, or
Oh, okay, gotcha,
where were you when the war started, like on day
gotcha.
one? Those type of questions, and then like, do you think we can win, or what are your hopes about, like, for the next battle, like things about the war from your perspective.
Okay, okay, then yeah,
So
then
none of them are trick questions. These are just like general
general
war
just
questions.
questions of what I think or opinionated questions.
And
Gotcha.
I will say that for anyone who's doing an interview, there's no gotcha questions. There's no like
Yeah.
insidiousness. This is literally them trying to make a movie or do the reports or the
Gotcha.
films for things.
Okay. So yeah.
So cool. All right. You paint yourself to be like a very strong hero in the war. Let's go to Damien. Damien, do you give an interview?
I don't think Damien would find himself worthy of an interview. He'd probably rather the spotlight being on the people who he's like considering heroes.
Fair, fair. Awesome. Zanny, do you give an interview?
I think I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you give your opinions on the war and such. Anything else you want to do other than the war? Like how Alice is doing like a plug for the charity ball. Is there anything else you want to do? Whether influence politics, do humanitarian stuff, whatever.
I just I am focusing. Mine is about. My interview is about like people coming together, needing to. And this war is proof. You know, this is literally the most recent war, and it's the proof that we need to start working together. I'm not even from here, and I can see this. And it kind of almost devolves by the end into a challenge to those of Aramir to be like, you have this knocking on your door, and you have the gall to have a civil war.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Let's go then. Great political message for that. Chance. Does Chance give any interview?
I'm not one to answer questions on war, and I think the others are going to give you much more of what you'd like for your film.
Okay. And Lance.
If you're doing an article, I can give you some quotes, but the film, they're more what you're looking for.
What do you mean, like articles of what particularly?
If you're writing like a news article, that's a journalist.
Gotcha. They're not doing any journalism, like in the sense of like writing, mostly like presenting through cinema. So if it's writing specific, then their answer would be no. All right. Let's go then to Lance. Lance, do you give an interview?
Sure.
All right. You go through the whole perspectives for Lance. Is there any other thing you want to add to it other than your perspectives on the war? Like, where were you? What do you think is going to happen? And etc.
Question on the first question: did we all give the same answer, or
I don't
did
think so.
somebody say the truth and the rest of us give the prefabricated lie that we all agreed to? And
Okay.
the one who did it was Erlon.
So the first question is, where were you when the war
Okay.
started? What was Alice's answer with that question? Where were you when the war started?
What did we decide on?
You guys never decided on anything because it's the first time. Unless I will give you this option. You guys would have said, hey, give us a moment and then quickly do a mini huddle. I'll give you that option if you want.
Is the
Lance
telepathy
would have
still
requested that.
Okay, so you.
And Lance would have been like, we can't tell them we were with the slivers in a Rift tire.
No, I was just going to say that I was with my husband.
That's fine.
Okay. Zarek or Tomash got any particular?
Remain neutral. That we
Oh.
quickly appeared in Jedna in the first wave of attacks, but not you can be as vague as you need to be at the beginning.
There you go. All right.
We were with our families and we were powerful adventurers. That's all. We can just be anywhere we want. Hell, half of us can teleport.
Great. So you give a collective similar answer for that. Anything else for it, Lance?
No, and then he would bring up similar to what Zadie said, but it didn't devolve into a rant. It was much more controlled and very political, and sounds like he's rehearsed this 1,000 times. You know, he's calling for unity, but also praising both sides for their decisive actions in everything, and that hoping that this shows how we are much better united than we are apart, and that once this threat has been dealt with, that peace talks can resume immediately, and blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah.
It sounds like a politician talking. That's what he's going for.
Okay.
It's there's a lot of buzzwords and fluff and yay this and yay that and nothing. He didn't actually say any real words.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a quick d20 for things. I'm gonna roll another. I'm gonna just roll a d4, and if it's odd, I'll ask it. Nope. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. So interviews are made. Interviews are not made, and after an hour, soldiers do come from the west to help relieve you, and you will go back to the main tent to speak with General Almanzor. You speak to the general, who tells you that it was a success. There was a rout. They were able to push back and defeat a great deal of the giants, decimating them thanks to the united fronts of magic and some soldier and the efforts of soldiers. This is a very strong testament that they can defend the land, that the tide is turning against the giants. We're no longer being on where we're starting to shift away from just like preventing attacks from happening on our cities and towns, and now just completely defending them and starting to push outward now for it. They do acknowledge, though, even though they're the West, that they probably do need more of the East's artillery, the mortars, for it, because they were extremely effective against the giants, and that their Western spies have told them that the Maesifs are also very effective against the giants. Sultana Fatima is already trying to work out deals and talks with the East, calling for unity, especially now that Sultana Refia has, where Almanzor, he basically says she's passed away, she's gone. She's hoping that this will allow for more talks amongst the generals to at least put aside their differences and focus on the war together. Forget politics for the moment. Let's save Aramir.
You mean the thing we've been saying the whole time? Shocking.
Well,
no, he doesn't say that to him. That's just in his head, probably to the group if he's been put back in the group chat.
Yeah. You also do hear his buzzwords a little bit as well that he's saying for it. At the end of the day, he is a general trying to protect the West's interests. The West's interest being Sultana Fatima and the promotion of magic and business and helping his side of things, and not, the dismantling of the reef system. With that said, there's more to come with things, but it's time for a fateful roll with things. Last time it was Erlon. Now I want let's go with
Damien
Lance.
do it before he leaves.
No, I didn't let Kadir do it. Lance, roll me a d10 plus 2.
7.
7% of the population has been willed away in the last week.
7% of the remaining 87 or 7% of the original 100?
Of the
That's
original
what I asked.
100.
Okay.
So it gone from 100 minus 13 on the first 2 hours to down to 87, and now minus 7, it is down to 80%. For 1 out of 5 people across this country, the lands of Eremer, Rhea, Tamshir, and the Kesslans, have been wiped out by the giants. Most of that was in the rural areas, and even some of the people who escaped the initial attack are slowly, like, starving to death, dying of dehydration, getting caught by the giants eventually, even as they try to escape. But it's still a 7%. It's still good in that sense. It's not higher or as equal to the first 2 hours. This is the first week as an extra 7 days, or the extra 7 days of fighting, and that also includes soldiers. Also, another 7%, so a total of 20% of the population has been wiped out by the giant force. Now, for another fateful roll, Zanny, roll me 2 d20s, please.
There's 1, 2.
19 plus 13, 20, 32. Okay. Nearly a third of the giants have been wiped out with things. 32% of all what they estimate the giant kin, hill giants, stone giants, fire giants, frost giants, the clouds, and the Ettins, trolls. Not really counting trolls. Trolls are hard to exterminate. But all the major giant kin, 1/3 of them have been wiped out during the onslaught of the giant wars.
Does that include stuff like ogres and oni and?
Yes. The only ones that it is excluded are trolls.
Has that inspired any like level of peace talks or anything amongst the giants, or are they still silently trying to just kill everyone?
They've tried to initiate peace talks, but the giants have killed every ambassador sent.
Okay, so the giants, on the giant side, they definitely still don't want to talk, even with big casualties.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So it's 32 to 20%.
We should go
out.
talk next.
What was that?
We should be the next ones to go talk. Chance?
I mean, that is on my list.
Well, every attempt to communicate with them has been ended with violence.
But I'm not going to them directly.
Okay. So we'll see what then with that. Knock knock. All right. As evening comes, is there any final conversations you guys want to have with Damien as you guys are getting ready to head back to Zarek? Damien is presumably going to stay in his hometown to continue the defense of it, and making sure refugees are protected, as well as the resource lines, the supply lines are not interrupted.
Not to mention stocking and cataloging books.
That too, as the head librarian of the Fountain Library.
I think Zanny would at least check in on him before she left. Before like we all parted ways.
Yep.
I think.
Are you going alone, Zanny, or would you have invited anyone else?
I think specifically she wouldn't have had anybody else come for this talk, for this conversation. Just
cool. Take it away.
So it's just probably while Damien's like working in the library, filing away stuff. She just drops in. Hey kid, I really gotta stop calling people kid. Sorry. Damien, I just kind of wanted to I wanted to come see how you're doing.
He was reading a book and he stops, closes the book, and looks up at Zanny. And he kind of manages a weak smile. He says, "Still in mourning, my dear, but Every day it's getting a little better. How are you faring?
Well, unfortunately, it's war, and I'm more used to this kind of situation than I'd like to admit. But I still never get used to the sight of so much death. I wanted to just. I wear a lot of hats. Inventor, assassin when I need to be, doctor, but the one that I used to hang my head on, or hat on, was that I was a therapist. And if you ever need to chat with somebody, you ever want to just sit down, and I don't mean just, the whatever they do these days, go sit on a couch or whatever. I mean, just if you want to go get a drink and talk.
He smiles again and closes his eyes and uses a wave of his hand to cast the minor illusion on his head to make it appear that he's got a clown hat on. And he says, I too wear many hats. Unfortunately, none so as impressive as you. And this is the only hat I can think of when speaking of my feelings. Nevertheless, a glass of wine might be nice. Look me up next time you're in the area.
Oh, well, you, do you smoke much, kid?
Only in my youth.
I have a couple of things from the druids that might knock you on your butt, and
He
Okay,
raises
there
an
you go.
eyebrow. Perhaps I could be persuaded.
we'll have an exploration of mine next time we chat. How's that?
Sounds like a date. He raises his hand for a handshake.
Seems like, did I just ask this man out on a date? Oh shit!
And then he gets super red. He goes, not in that way. Not. Oh,
I'm extremely awkward. Don't mind me. She just reaches up and like grabs her hand. It's like, it's date.
Yeah, he shakes the hand too and puts the book up to like hide the blushing of his awkward line. May you be well.
You too. She kind of turns and like she heads off and she gets well out of earshot and she goes, I think I just did ask him out on a date. I think he's like a third of my age. Oh man. Is there a law against this?
Awesome. Does anyone else want to have any conversations with Damien?
I mean, Chance would at some point.
All right, go ahead, take it away.
She would definitely go and check out the library. Just because it aligns with her interests. It seems odd that there's a library in this town, but not in the big towns. The big towns, they just have bookstores.
Are you saying that to Damien?
Yeah.
Damien gets a chuckle and says, well, of course there are bookstores there as well, but with the amount of tourists that come and go through this wonderful water paradise, we just couldn't help ourselves but stockpile sources of amusement and learning for them.
It's just very odd. I'll have to come by here more often, so I don't have to just buy. But how long is your how long can you get a book for?
For a hero such as yourself, I might even buy a few books for you. I'm sure you could waive the late fees.
I appreciate that. I mean, I can buy my own books. I mean, I believe in public services. Like, there should be a library in the main cities. That's ridiculous, especially with all the poor and the children and the. Anyways, I'm getting on a soapbox.
Damien lights up for a second and says, "Yes, I agree. There should be a library in every town."
Yes, yes. I'll be working on that, I think. But I did have a question. You're an abjuration wizard, yes?
By trade, perhaps not, but in study, yes.
Right. Would you mind if you have a free afternoon, could I bring my brother by here? Well, he's just studying to be a wizard, and I'm trying to um show him all the different schools. Um, I myself deal with time magic. Got a friend who does divination. You saw Lance there does necromancy. And anyways, I thought if you'd be willing to talk to him about abjuration. I'm trying to get a well balanced group of people.
Yes, always happy to help a budding wizard. It
Excellent.
was merely a matter of curiosity that originally led me to that school, but after facing off against those giants, I can't help but feel it is a quite useful school to deal with for the
It
aid of protecting others and myself. And I
certainly
would
is.
not mind helping another see that light.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll send you a sending as soon as there's not, you know, active war going on. Um, and perhaps we'll come over here.
Yes, please do. Once we see the glory of peace again, we can all learn anew.
Something like that. I don't know that there'll be full peace anytime soon, but a girl can hope.
He nods sadly.
Right. Well, it has been lovely working with you.
Yes, it was an adventure I'll always remember. May you be well as your party. And I hope your brother lives to see the wonders of wizardry.
Well, so do I. She gives him a look like, hey, don't imply my brother's death. Like,
Yeah, no. She's a little awkward. So.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
so-
ill
so
intent.
she.
Awesome.
All right.
Anyone else have anything they want to say before Damien heads, or before you all leaves to back to Zarek?
I have a question first.
Sure.
The wizard that we locked in the Key Magician's Tower, what was he? Was he an abjuration wizard as well?
No, he was a conjuration.
Conjuration. Okay. Never mind then.
Yep.
Also, I'm not just looking for any old wizard at each school.
No, this if he was an abjuration wizard, I was going to give him the spell book. But
Okay.
if it's conjuration and it's not in his, I thought he was an abjuration wizard, so I was going to give him the abjuration spell book that we acquired.
Yeah, it's conjuration because I remember specifically the cloud kill spell. I was in there, which
Gotcha.
Conjuration. So cool. Anyone else have anything they want to do before officially going back to Zarek? Anything with Damien specifically?
Yeah, I'll go talk to Damien. Oh, sorry.
All right.
I'll go talk to Damien.
Big Red Erlon goes to Damien.
I'll go over to him. Damien, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I just want to know. I want you to know that I knew what you were doing there in the end, and I won't hold it against you. But I will tell you this: if you didn't, help out there, I wouldn't have been able to give that final blow. So here's an autograph as proof of you assisting the one and only Big Red.
Kind of accepts it skeptically. It is an honor and a pleasure, sir.
Yeah, we can call it that. But I appreciate. I mean, you did help out quite a bit. But I just want to remind you, I gave the final blow.
He nods and says, "You are very glorious in your act. I haven't met one as courageous as yourself before. Not that I have seen many acts of war. To fight
Mm.
in front of the giants as such, and to take so many blows without running away is quite amazing. I myself ran twice."
No, yes, you did. Yeah, you did run twice. I ran 0 times, like you said. For God's sakes, I mean, I was at 16. My party actually had to pull me away, from saving you and everybody else. But enough of me. I just want to, bid you adieu. Um, yeah. Thank you, Damien.
Yes. Thank you.
If you use that harmonica, to play songs about me, I'm totally fine with it. You can just let me know about it, and when time comes, you can just pay me back.
He just like nods silently.
Eric.
He pockets the autograph and then shakes your hand. Says,
All right.
"May you fare well and continue in your courageous acts to save mankind."
I will. And you know what? I will say this. I will try my hardest to save as many as I can. And all jokes aside, I'm sorry about your wife. And I can promise you this, that I will try my hardest to save others as I wish I could have saved her.
He wipes a tear from his eye. And then he just like nods, not saying anything because he feels like he's gonna start actually crying if he does.
There's no crying in baseball.
He nods a little more aggressively.
Take care, Dan. Take care.
Take care.
Awesome. Does anyone else want to have any conversations with Damien?
Yeah, I will.
All right. Lady Mizaire.
Yeah, the same one
Or-
I had with Kadir. Who are you again? No, I'm just kidding. Alice will. So he's just, vibing. Where, precisely? I'll go peruse the library. I'm not really a library person. That just sounds poor. But
Kind of, I guess.
she will go peruse the library, and she's gonna just she's doing the thing where she runs her finger along the spines of the books and then wipes it off on her dress. Looks very uncomfortable.
As
So
he does that, when he notices that his eyes widen a little bit and he pulls out like a feather duster from the inside of his coat pocket. He goes, "Excuse me." It's
Are you
dusting the
the
books.
librarian or the maid?
He raises an eyebrow at that and he says, "Why, I am the librarian, of course, but you must understand that proper book care is a part of a librarian's pride.
Right. So
I'm surprised to see you in here. I would have assumed you'd own your own library."
Oh, well, I'm building one, darling. I just, I was curious about a library, seeing as just anyone can come and procure a book for free.
Yes, it's an amazing thing. Education for all.
Right. Right. Um, she looks very uncomfortable. Uh, she's definitely beating around the bush for something. And then she's quiet for a very awkwardly long amount of time, and finally she goes, I know you've probably, had a time with everyone else, and I'm sure my words are too little too late, obviously, but I wanted to come by and tell you thank you, first of all, and not say I'm sorry for what happened to your wife, because there's nothing that's going to do for you, but I know she would be proud of you. And I say that because I don't know what I would do if I lost my husband, but if I did, the only thing I could ever hope was that he was proud of me in the wake of his passing. So I know she would be proud of what you did.
He nods and then he like goes further into a bow. Says, "Thank you very much. I needed those words."
And if you're ever in Zurich, you're more than welcome at our manor. If we're home. If we're not home, I mean, we've got plenty of rooms. You can just find your way in. I'm sure there's a wall you can scale or something, but you can stay in the pool if you'd like. Please keep your clothes on in the pool. It's not a nude pool.
How generous of you to offer such hospitality. I would love to go and visit your building library.
Well, I keep it. And she almost says in the fortress, and then she goes, and she just kind of reaches out and holds out her hand to him. Yes, of course, darling, anytime. It's a date.
A date it is. And then he blushes again. Composes himself and gives you a kiss on the back of the hand.
Would that there were more gentlemen like you in this world, darling. Are you sure you're not a nobleman?
Perhaps at heart.
Well, that is more than can be said for most actual noblemen.
Awesome.
After that, he says, "Thank you very much," and bids you farewell.
Yeah, and then I scowl at all the books on the way out because Lord only knows how many poor fingers touch those books.
And every time you scowl at a book, he if he notices, he starts feather dusting that particular book.
Do you have any like spicy literature in your library? Because if she sees a title she recognizes, she will pull up, stop, look at it for a little bit longer than the others, and then keep going.
He raises an eyebrow and he kind of shifts his eyes, looking around to see if anybody's in earshot, and then he whispers in your ear, "Aisle 3, 4 books up, all the way to the right. You'll find one extra juicy."
Alice is gonna go check that out.
Okay. You go over there and you see a book called The Genie's Lover.
And, you know, since she's not impoverished, she commits that to memory and she's gonna buy that later.
All right. There you go.
Lumi loves libraries, by the way. This is not anti-library rhetoric. Most of my books do come from the library, so this is just Alice. I feel like that disclaimer needs to be said.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We here do acknowledge and love libraries.
And for everybody watching, the DM will write the Genie's Lover within the next 3 months and have it ready for everybody, right?
He better, because I plan to read it aloud to everyone as we're on our travels.
Alice is anti-poor, which is funny because her ring is literally for the charitable and temperate.
What? Okay, hold on. I'm not anti-poor. I'm anti-doing poor people things. Okay, I have an image to uphold.
Sure.
Yes. Like, I'm all happy the library is here for the poor people. I just am not going to do anything but donate money to it.
She's gonna put, a blank check in the envelope box on the way out. Well, not a blank check. There will be a number on it.
3.
She just wants a wing with her name on it.
It's the romance section.
All right. All right. Does anyone else have anything they want to say to Damien before we head off?
Yes. Lance is gonna go talk to him just for a second,
Cool.
and since he can't give him the book, he's gonna say, "Well, it was nice to meet you, and here." And he's gonna give him his old cane, the one he started with.
Ooh. It is a very fashionable, sleek black cane. Did Lance ever write his initials on it or make his initials on it?
It's probably like etched into the there's probably like a band at the top because it disconnects from the top, he probably has it etched in that metal piece that would be there
Yeah.
to secure it. And he'll be like, I was going to donate this to Alice's charity auction or whatever, but I think you would appreciate it more than some rich nobleman who's going to just put it in their house and tell everybody about it.
He hesitates for a moment with his hand trembling because he already saw how much magic you have on your person, and then steels himself, and as he takes it from your hand, he puts the monocle up to like look at its aura while mumbling a thanks, but at the same time like so engrossed by the staff.
Yeah.
This one is not magical. This is his old one that he had before the magic one.
Well, so then he's like looking at it, and when he realizes it doesn't have any magic, but it has like a sentimental value, he like smiles and kind of strokes the wood and looks at it for a moment and says, "Thank you very much, Lance. I shall treasure this as
Yes.
a memento of the most exciting day of my life."
Well, good. Also, if you give the top a little twist to the right and pull up, if you do that, you would notice it is also a dagger in there.
How useful. I can use it to open my letters.
Yes. Or if you ever get into a sticky situation where you run out of magic.
God's
It's always
forbid,
good to have a
but
backup.
true words.
But it is able to be used as a conduit, because that is the one ability it does have. Is it does have an arcane focus. The top of it is a gem skull that is an arcane focus.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for the thoughtful gift.
Yes, of course.
And may you fare well in your journeys, and the souls of those that you raise find peace while assisting you in your journeys as well.
Thank you. And may your dance with death come much later in Grace's will.
And he kind of like nods, looking a little scared.
That is, Grace is one of the 16 gods that governs death. So it's an
That's-
unusual blessing, but blessing nonetheless.
It's saying may you have a long life, but in a very weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
May your dance with death end very late.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. The Crimson Peacekeepers leave the town of Beit Mia to go back to Zarek. And I'll say, Damien, thank you so much for tuning in and joining us for these 2 sessions. It was awesome and fun. Damien is a fun character for it. So just want to say first off, thank you for making the time to play with us.
Yeah, it's a blast. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hopefully you were able to enjoy all the intense combat and then the fun RP intermixed with things. So
Definitely.
but yeah, if you want, this is not in any way, shape, or form me kicking you out. You could definitely stay on right now for the rest of the session. But we're gonna transition into like a few more things for it. If you want to sign off right now, feel free. No harm, no foul for it. No hard feelings. So, and yeah, you could definitely stay in our server. Keep watching the shenanigans and the memes as they come about. So,
Sounds good.
great.
Thanks again, guys. Have a good day.
Yep. Take
Thanks,
care. All right. So, with the Crimson Peacekeepers victorious after defeating the giants that were attacking Beit Mia, the group then, we're going to go into a little bit of a time soup situation for what's going to happen next. Because we are probably going to end a little, or we might end a little early tonight with things, but let's give a little bit of a preview for things to come. First off, after the war with everything, I will say, Lance, you are approached by the general, or I should say the West, not necessarily the general. The West is requesting to requisition the gems that you had from the stone giant, stone speaker. Do you give it willingly for free?
Is the West the ones that I ordered the grimoire from?
Correct, yes.
When they're done with that, he'll give them over.
Okay. Fine. that is eventually done, you do trade the staff with all the gems over to them because they want to use that to make another like remember the West is more magic focused. This is a magic staff. It is giant based, so you don't really necessarily know the giant magic, but they are hoping to replicate it to create like a prismatic cannon of sorts.
Ah, well, they need help with that. Lance has ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Zanny has better ideas.
Yeah. So that's why they're asking for it first. If you say, "Hey, I'll give it to you in a bit," by the way, where's my grimoire? Wink, wink. They'll accommodate that. That was already gonna happen. But yeah.
Yeah, it was more of a, oh yeah, I was still studying it, but maybe if I had my grimoire to distract me, I wouldn't need to study this right away, and you guys could get on it first.
Fair. Fair. So you get your grimoire +2, and I will say
And you said that was 20 half, right?
yes.
Okay.
For that, you spend 20,000 silver for it. You all also get compensated for your efforts. Discretionary funds for that's being paid to like paragons, the dawn callers, and the Skender's Guild is being issued because they are pulling you guys to help with the war efforts for it. So first off, I'm going to ask before you hear what how much you're getting paid, do you refuse payment for your services so that it can go to the other soldiers, other army individuals, other needs, and charity, or are you accepting said compensation? You're not going to know until after you've said yes or no. So let's go down the list. Alice, do you refuse compensation or do you accept compensation for the war?
And it's a guarantee if we refuse, it's going to go to other people who might need it more.
Correct. It'll either go to the other like soldiers, because soldiers need to get paid for things, or it'll go to charity, like for food, medicine, and etc.
Can I specify that my portion goes to charity?
I'll allow that.
Okay, then yes, I will specify that I want my portion to go to charity.
Okay. For charity, great. Erlon, do you accept compensation?
Nay.
Nay. Okay. Let's see. Zanny, do you accept compensation?
I actually do.
Okay.
There you.
Chance, do you accept compensation?
I'm not sure. Like she has her own projects that need to be funded to help people. Is this distracting? Like why would they offer us money if they don't have money? That's my question.
This is a discretionary fund. A lot of the other guilds are saying, hey, we need our stuff to be replenished. We need to be compensated. You all fall under this discretionary fund for it. So it's your choice if you wish to accept it. If you don't, it gets earmarked for either like donations or other military efforts that are needed for the war. Otherwise, you get the funds. This is about your character if they would accept it or not.
Yes, the Harmony Project needs it.
Okay, so you're just gonna donate it or you accept it? I just want to make sure.
I am accepting it
Go.
for the Harmony Project.
Okay, great. And Lance, do you accept your compensation or do you?
Can I take half?
Sure. Well,
Because Lance would like to take it because he's greedy, but he would also like the I'm not taking it. I donated
half
part.
of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, going back to mine, like I mean, she's taking it for the Harmony Project, but if they want to donate it directly to the Harmony Project on her behalf, they can do it that way. It doesn't matter. It's a triangle.
Yeah. Also, I'll say that you there. So the military is not going to be like, oh yeah, this is the specific harmony. This is charity, as in like, oh yeah, food, shelter, medicine type of like basic needs, not necessarily harmony.
Building
That makes
refugee
sense.
camps, building.
Yeah, but she's filling in the holes that they're not filling. So
Okay.
she needs the money to fill those things. So she's donating her to this particular charity that well, it's not a charity, but
I'll just say you accept it and you'll use it for the Harmony project. That way you have more control over exactly where it's getting earmarked for. So, with that being said, Zanny, Chance, 30,000 silver, Lance, 15,000 silver. Add to your character sheets. Great.
Wait, that's how much money we would have gotten?
Yes, 30,000 silver.
Stand by it.
Nope, you already said it. So
No, I stand by
Yeah,
it. It's okay.
Erlon, we stand strong, okay?
yeah.
We're good people. We're good people,
are.
Erlon.
We
All
are.
right.
People.
Now, next up, the war is going to take the next session. We're going to be 1 month ahead. Right now, we skipped 1 week. Now we're going to go 1 month into the war. And you all are going to be summoned to take the battle to the giants. They're going to ask for your help in taking down a sky keep, a cloud keep, where the giants are hurling their boulders and everything. They are saying, though, that depending on, they do expect there to be treasures there. That's what you hear from like a lot of the rumors of the soldiers getting excited, that there's treasures up in the keeps. They're very hopeful and excited for that. The military upper brass really don't care about that. They want to take down one of this cloud keeps because it has been destroying towns. Just literally all they have to do is just drop a boulder from there, and it's basically an artillery of it in and of itself. So they need to take this down and within the next month. So before that date happens, you all have a month of downtime. We can RP some of the things, but now we're going to go highlight what is your character doing in the month that is to come. Alice, you're first. And we can cover a little bit more of this, like I said, in RP chats or next week, right before the actual mission. But what is Alice focusing on the next month? Is she going to actually throw her charity ball, or is she waiting another month to do it?
Well, my first answer to your question, what are we doing, always is my husband, and I must stay the course with that response till the end of this campaign, so that, I think I may push,
I'm going to roll a D100.
Okay. I'm really good at these, Gasan. Wow.
Okay. Bruce is going to actually withhold a little bit of intimacy.
What?
Because his potions are running low.
Who cares?
He does care. This is not a time for you to get pregnant.
We already have a kid.
This is not a time for you to get pregnant.
We have a child. What's a second one?
He's
Zanny will
not-
keep it alive. It's fine.
I will remind you, if you are exposed to any necrotic
I
damage,
know,
that's
I know.
killed the baby. So,
What about getting squished by a boulder?
Probably also.
Maybe that might do it. Okay, let's
falling
see now.
unconscious or falling unconscious will kill your baby. Let's just put it that way.
I
So he is
just-
holding back, not outright cold turkey.
Okay. Well,
like,
I have
he's
to
rationing it.
divorce. I have to divorce this man immediately. That's good to know.
Or
That's
you can
Or-
tell Zanny and ask her to start making your potions.
I was
Yeah,
going
we're
to
gonna-
say Alice's whole downtime is begging Zanny to make more potions.
the second Bruce says something to her, Alice is at Zanny's door, banging on it.
Take
So,
away that
yeah.
scene very quickly.
Okay, sorry. Does Zanny leave her door open?
No, not well. Yes, she leaves her door open, but she's not there. She's in her lab, and the lab door is closed.
Okay, well she's
Because
gonna.
Zanny's downtime is just going to be making.
Alice barges originally into Zanny's room, finds her not there, and then goes and
Her
begins
daughter
banging.
does get alert a little bit.
Oh, Lara, do you know who your mother is?
Yeah, she's in the lab.
Perfect. Goodbye. And then Alice is gonna go upstairs and just bang, 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 rattle, rattle, rattle the handle, bang, bang, bang.
It's unlocked. Just open that door.
Oh, sorry. Alice is gonna sweep inside. Zanny, the most dreadful thing has happened. The
That's a
worst
long
possible
list.
thing.
The worst possible. Okay.
Ever.
The worst possible thing that could have happened. Period, or to you. Period.
It's the same thing.
Agree to disagree. You lost your entire financial stability.
Alice is gonna wave her hand. No. All that's in the bank. She's gonna cross the room and she's just like right in front of you. Bruce told me no.
Bruce told you no what?
We've been married 7 years. He's never told me no.
Oh, you mean no like that? Oh, Anna, help me. Wait. You just came in here. You just came in here like the giants are attacking the front door because you can't get laid?
What other problem could there possibly be?
The giants attacking the front fucking door, Alice.
I will take a giant attacking the front fucking door, Zanny.
Okay, you really are hangry, horny. Okay. So what's going on? What's wrong? Why?
Well, there's a dearth in medical supplies, if you catch my drift.
The little blue potions?
Yes.
Oh, hell's that's easy. I can make them if that's your problem.
Well, yes, that's why I'm here, Zanny. I'm not just here for idle girl chat. I mean, if I wanted idle girl chat, there's plenty of girls to idly talk with about this. I knew I could get results from here.
Oh. Bless your heart. You actually want me to fix the problem. I like this. Okay, this is easy.
Yes.
That's no problem. I mean, how many do you want? I can batch cook like probably a dozen in a day.
They are common items, so yeah.
Double that then.
Perfect. 2 dozen sounds fantastic.
Yeah, let's
There
see.
you go. All
Give
right.
me 2 days and you'll have 30.
I
There
love
go.
you. I could
That's-
kiss you.
Please don't. Just
Message.
I've got reagents on my lips.
Yeah, message Alice the costs, and then Alice deduct that from like the costs
Right.
from your character sheet. But anything you're doing other than Bruce during the month of downtime.
So,
And I will say this is also wartime, so
yes.
you can also include fighting giants or helping others in need during your downtime.
Fighting giants doesn't really sound like an extracurricular activity I would choose to do.
Every
Alice is-
giant you kill saves a person.
yeah, but it could also kill me. So, Alice is going to, at some point, hang around, especially Ambition's temple, just to see if there's anything she can do there.
Mhm.
But her main focus is going to be getting the foundation for the charity ball together. But again, we are at war, so it's a little ridiculous to fix Zarek just for it to get blown up again. She's gonna petition with some of the like nobles. She's gonna be spending a lot of time networking, trying to get like solicit donations from them in a very underhanded, noble, like guilt tripping kind of way, where it makes them sound like they're being horrible, stingy people if they don't, give to certain charities type deal. So rather than, showing up, knock, 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 give me money, it's more like if you're not doing this, are you even part of posh society? Type
Alright.
deal.
Roll a
And then-
persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion. Okay, yes. We love them. I'm also wearing my banana scented perfume,
Okay.
which gives me
+2 to nobles.
perfect.
27. Awesome. You get a lot of good response. One person does say, well, if you're doing all this, what are you going to close down the factory and repurpose the money for the donations?
Why would I close down the factory when the
It's
factory
a
is going
waste
to
of
be?
money. No one needs paper in wartime.
No one needs paper in wartime. Do you think we're going to be at war for the rest of eternity?
Just saying, it seems to me awfully wasteful for paper industries to be focusing on paper when they could be making, I don't know, anything else, or the money going to the poor.
And do you plan to read your news directly from the Herald in the square, or are you going to continue to read it on the newspapers?
Well, there's paper cut press.
Okay, should they shut down theirs?
No, but I mean, they're still actively doing it. Yours is just starting to try to get back.
Okay, so we should not be offering jobs to the people who have lost everything during wartime, is what you'll say?
They are quiet at that response. But you do get a lot of donations.
Radical.
That's good. Are you going to actively have the charity ball during the month of wartime, or are you just saying, hey, next month?
We're laying the foundation, picking out a venue, working with
Gotcha.
Zanny on, like menu and stuff. And during her like conversations with them, like with the nobles, she will be mentioning it and seeing if she can get people to agree to bring things to auction. It's more of a word of mouth, and the rest of her time is just spent, doing family stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Erlon, what are you doing during the 1 month time skip? Going from the 8th of rains to the 3rd of cold.
Well, I'm obviously doing eloquent.
Okay. Are you bringing the potions?
What are these potions? No, I'm just like, yes.
Okay.
Well, no,
There's a shortage.
I'm okay with her getting Prego.
Yeah, she's not. She has a political career that she would like to continue.
Oh, that's true. She does have a future, and we can't fuck that up. Okay, fine. We're getting potions.
Okay.
If she's a dragon and he's short, does that mean their babies would be kobolds?
You have
Shut your
no
face,
idea.
Liz.
Anyway, there's a shortage. So are you gonna pay an arm and a leg for it, or are you gonna ask Zanny?
Oh, I was probably just gonna steal them from Alice.
Okay, there you go.
No, you're not.
He's
So
never
there's
even really heard
one
about this
day,
potion until you
Alice,
said it.
you're going with Bruce, and you just see literally you walk in, making out with Bruce, and you see Erlon with a bunch of vials in his hand in your room, caught red-handed.
I'm going to, if I ever do, I'm going to cast pull on him and drag his ass over.
I don't want to get close to that.
Then put those potions down.
Come on, just share a little bit.
For 30 silver apiece.
30 silver a piece?
Yes,
How
wholesale.
about a crisp handshake?
No, darling. No.
Come
That's how much they cost me for Zanny to make them. So you can either buy them from me and get them now, or from Zanny and wait a few days.
So what? Should I charge you for me being your bodyguard?
No, you do that out of the goodness of your heart and the fact that if I die, you'd have no purpose in life.
Well, hold on. Just like that, you're gonna be giving me a vial once in a while from the goodness of your heart.
You can have one. You can have one. All right. No, you get the first one free. All right, and it's only one. It lasts you the whole time. I mean, I'm sure you don't.
It lasts an hour.
It lasts an hour. That's plenty of time for you. You can get like 4 uses out of that one. So the first one's free. The rest per day. Look, all right, you get one free one every 3 days.
All right,
Otherwise,
I
they're
can do
30
that.
silver apiece.
That's fine with me.
He's just easily just ask their source.
These kids over here arguing about these potions like I made drugs.
Right?
Blues.
And Alice is not selling them, like just not like acting like the wholesaler. You're the producer. Because she's charging an extra 5 silver.
I am.
It's all right. She won't.
100%.
All right.
Sometimes that she won't be in her room.
So other than romance, what else is Erlon doing? Because we
Um,
will RP this scene. Alice and Erlon, you will RP this scene in the RP chats. So go ahead.
No, yeah,
Anything
spending
else,
some good
Erlon,
quality
you're-
time. You good. Spending some good quality time with Eloquent. Since you did say that giant slaying is going to help more people,
Yep.
that would be a main focus.
Great.
He will also
If that's
possibly.
the case.
You good?
Okay.
Sorry.
So I have
Um,
also one other thing I want to also mention. Do
Yep.
you want to help try to rebuild the not rebuild, build a brown bear gym?
I'm gonna
in
jump. Yeah, that was the
either-
next thing.
Okay, go ahead,
Um,
please.
So, side note, he will actually talk to Bruce and possibly reel Nasir. Nasir.
Yep, Nazir. Yep.
And he will talk to them and actually ask, since Bruce is the businessman, he will talk to him and possibly have him do a lot of the negotiations and finding of a possible location for a new gym.
Okay. Bruce is willing to do that. He's happy to do
Okay.
that.
Oh.
Just as a FYI, if you're the seed money, we're gonna roll for that to see how much you need to also raise in order to
Okay.
help. Because Hathas is gonna put a majority of it because he's been saving, but
Oh,
you
okay,
also need
nice.
to do it. So this is gonna
Thanks,
be a
Hathas.
d6. Roll a d6, and this is gonna be multiplied by 10,000 silver. Go ahead.
Oh, and I'll also put in the deal. I will pay more if I get to name the gym.
No, it's gonna be a brown bear. This
God
is the
damn
partnership.
it! Whatever.
The only thing, the difference I would allow it is red bear gym, but it has to be brown
Okay,
bear
that's
gym,
fine. That's fair.
red
Yeah,
bear
that's fair.
gym.
We can do that.
Okay.
You said D6.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, 5 it is. Fucking A.
50,000 silver you need to bring to the table.
Okay.
4 things.
That
So do
sounds
you
good.
have 50,000 silver?
About to check right now. I have not touched what I got last time. So yes, I have to give some of that. Well, it's not specifically gold. Oh yeah, no, we do have those gold plates, right? Those gold bars.
I think that's in the party fund. Before you do that, though,
No,
you're
you're
doing
fine.
giant slaying. How active are you hunting giant slaying for it? Are you doing it every day, every other day, once a week? How often are you going giant slaying?
Well, since I only have no, she said every 3 days I can get this freaking vial. So we'll do every other do every other day.
Every other day? Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3. Sorry, let me count again.
3 days a week.
1, 2,
Or-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Let's do 10.
Mhm.
Roll me 10d4.
ND4. Holy on. I'm kind of scared what the reason for this is. All right.
44? Wait.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God, you
not-
said. Hold on.
10d.
10d4. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just type or / roll space 10d4.
Okay. You don't want to use those 4? Okay.
No, just roll a 10d4, please.
Space. Roll. D.
10.
There we go.
27. Okay. You get an extra from harvesting and helping like raid some of the stone giants and their things. You get an extra 13,000 silver.
Okay. Brown bear gym. Red bear gym it is.
All right.
You said 14,000?
13. I rounded
13,000.
13,000.
Perfect. Cool.
All right. So that's what you're focusing on. That's all you're focusing on because you are giant slaying every other day.
Mm-hmm.
So great.
Sounds fun.
Let's go to Zanny. What's Zanny doing during downtime?
We're doing some crafting. That syringe that I made is only of rare quality because we managed to get that bonus on it and I used those special materials. I'm probably going to be making a handful of regular versions of that syringe.
Okay, which you will be using in action. Yeah. Unless you are using the because you do have some leftover sands. You could, in theory, make a second one, but you're gonna use up that special sand.
No, these I'll be making just straight and with the intent of I'm probably going to try to make, if we have a month, I'm probably going to try to make 4. 2 for the party, and then 2 I'm actually going to turn around and give to the like military healing efforts and be like, you know, give to like the doctors working triage and be like, here, like that's the first 2.
Great.
It's like there you
That's
go.
gonna help.
You have an oh shit button.
And I will say automatically, just so you know, that is at least saving 10 lives. Yeah. At least. So for your conscience. Great. You're gonna do 30 potions for Alice, 2 batches for the
And if at some-
sterility.
Yeah, and if at some point in time it does get to Zanny's ears that those two are starting to fight or trade for the potions, the next day there is just a stockpile sitting in the lab with a note in the front saying, "Just take what you need for."
Roll a
16
perception check. This is because you're not hearing this, but this is about word of mouth. I'm gonna say DC 17.
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll a perception check.
It's about to go off. Literally.
Nope. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
have no
anything.
idea.
I am in the lab.
You are also working on potions because you and Lance have been collecting toenails,
Yeah.
correct? So
Yeah,
you're going to be making the potions for Hill Giant Strength first and foremost, right?
Yep. Starting to work on giant strength potion, like those magic items, thanks to Dreammaker, should take me half of that month. Those 4 magic items.
Okay.
And then the rest I can spend on potions.
So calculate how many. Do you know how many potions you can make for the rest of the month? And this could be a change. You can change it, adjust it accordingly. But just as a guesstimate,
It's all down to quality of potion. I can do 32. I can do 32 common potions a day. 16 if I really push it. That one I have to roll for, but I can do 16 uncommon potions a day.
yeah, because this is a potion of Hill Giant Strength alone is uncommon. It is a consumable, but it is uncommon, so it would have to be on the other end. It's not going to be as fast. You're definitely making a batches full of it.
Yeah.
But it is not common. It's going to take longer. So
Yeah.
do you think roughly around, and again, not holding your feet to the fire saying this is absolutely the number, but you're thinking more like 6, 8?
Well, if at the number that I can knock out per day, I'll have to do some
Okay,
long
do the
math.
math.
I'll have to do some long math, but I should be able to expend at least 4 days doing this, which means I can get probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30-ish potions done, even
Great.
at uncommon.
Okay. And I would say I would probably say 30 would be the maximum of Hill Giant toes that you're able to do. So you will have potentially 30 potions of Hill Giant Strength.
Mm-hmm.
DM's like, I regret all of my choices right now.
No, I don't,
Nope.
because this is the end of it. They will never again be giants in my world. So
And a decent number of these are going to go away.
yeah, and you're gonna use them, and if your plan, Zanny, is to save it for the next campaign, like as a storeroom, portion it appropriately.
Oh, will be. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hold on one sec.
Well, that's
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Thank you. Zanny, near the end of your time working hard, being determined, making these potions, exemplifying industriousness and determination through and through, your vestige awakens and now is more powerful. And we'll talk about it afterwards, what you discover your vestige, as one day you're working on your potions and suddenly it glows and you feel it, a heartbeat matching yours. Any immediate reaction?
Just happy, girly inventor noises.
Yeah. So we'll see what because it's there. You are truly exemplifying determination and industriousness for it.
I think realizing what is happening in the moment, being who the family that she is. I think she just literally just sits there openly weeping as soon as it starts happening. She's like, oh my fucking 16.
Yep. Congratulations.
That needs to be a shirt too.
What was that?
That needs to be a shirt too.
Oh my fucking 16.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking 16. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So that's for Zanny. Lance. Wait, no. Chance. What is Chance doing during the month of downtime? If you're speaking, you're on mute.
Yeah,
There you
sorry. Let me pull up my list. She still has to talk to Emery and see if the others are alive. There
Okay.
might be a part of her that's like, maybe the giants took care of my problem with the rest of the Jazine family. Uh,
Okay. We'll see. I'll roll for it.
not really, but she's just like, maybe.
Roll a D100 for me, please. Okay. We'll see what happens, and we'll do this in RP for the conversations that are to come. So
she has to talk with Lily, and she's gonna train Dex, and then she's going to train Lily. So there'll be a lot of training going on.
okay.
Work on translating Abiad's journal, and on the 16th, attempt to contact Abiad again via dream. Gonna ask for Zanny's help on that one. See if it works again.
Okay. So training, Dex, Lily, Emery. There's gonna be a lot. We'll see what we can get through. 4 things. Gotta hit the ground running for it then. So.
And then Harmony Project stuff is her everyday. Just working with the refugees, getting them what they need, solving problems, etc., etc. Working between that and the government. She'd like to talk to Revnus, but that could be maybe a little bit later. Quick talk with Quibble about delivering a message. Talking with Geith, but that one could probably be passed out later. And talking with Alice.
Okay.
And yes, I wrote it all down. That's why I was reading it.
Cool. Sounds good. See what we can finagle as I'm like writing down all the things you want to do.
I have it written in a thing I'm about to send you.
All right. Cool. And Lance, what is Lance doing during the month of downtime?
Lance is probably spending like the mornings helping with things, whether it be the dawn callers, if they have anything specific they need help with, or
The point of order: you do not have access to the dawn callers.
I can go back there whenever I want.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So you're going to be using your family circle. So got it.
And yeah, he would. We should probably have an RP with the whole family since they're all in the tower right now. We should have a Black Sands family meeting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
My work.
He's gonna request that. He's gonna request that all the Black Sands have. Let's talk. Grandma, uncle, mom, Blair, Blaze. Is that his name?
Yeah, Blaze. Wait, no. I think it's Blair. No. I'll have to look it up. Hold on 1 sec, because that's
whatever.
Gonna bug
His
me.
stepdad. He's gonna
His
make them all
stepdad's
sit
name.
down, and we're gonna have a talk.
Yeah, fair. All right. Lava of the burning. There we go.
Lava.
Cool.
Lava
the floor
the
is
chicken.
lava.
Got it.
So, lava chicken. Awesome.
We're gonna call him Steve, the lava chicken.
Yeah. Roll me a D100, please. 18. All right. You earlier said you wanted to put out postings for requisitioning corpses, paying 100 silver each. You get 18 hits.
Perfect.
Before you are told to stop it by some of the clerics and the government saying you're setting a bad precedent because other necromancers are doing it, and it's starting to become very
There's a huge body trafficking ring going
exactly.
on.
And the sanctity and everything. And you got to remember, yours are radiant based, theirs are necrotic based. So it's now a bidding war, and negative energy is causing sickness in the city. So you are able to get 18. 18 times 100 is 1800 silver. You get 18 new skellies.
Perfect. He will have the beetles start on that, and he is having deception. His main goal is making sure the beetles are constantly on the move.
Okay. What I want you to do
if
is
if they're done with one, they move to the next one.
Correct. What I want you to do after the fact, send me a message about how many you calculate your beetles can work through in a given, like in the month for it. Before you used to limit them not being able to reproduce, you can start farming and having them reproduce so you have more and more for it.
Yeah, because he still has all the giant corpses he needs help with.
Exactly. So
cleaning too. So
I'm gonna put it on you. Look up how much a beetle can eat, and then how long it takes for like the reproduction cycle. And we'll use some magic, but just look up some facts for me. Send that to me, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Yes, got a lot of RP. I'm not gonna do the research on top of it.
I'll take care of that. And then but if the Dawn Callers don't need help with stuff, he is going to go burn all of his high-level slots every day, using Fabricate for whatever they need, the military needs. If it's building shelters real quick, if it's mass producing,
awesome,
something, whatever.
Great. All right. Got a lot of RP to do. We will see a month goes by and you guys are able to accomplish much. We will recap a little bit at the start of next session what other accomplishments you guys are able to do. But next time, be prepared. You're going to raid or go against, now bringing the fight to the Cloud Giants.
Are we
have your
leveling up
choice
before that?
between stealth or being with the two armies, as the East and the West are having a joint operation for this. So we'll see what happens next time on Session 89. Thank you all for a wonderful game. Thank you again for Damien playing. And yeah, this was fun. Can't wait for next session, and see you all next time. Take care. Good night.
Bye. Night.